Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm, mm. You can talk behind my back, you can guess the things I do, but the truth is I don't care that you watch my every move. Every whisper, every rumor turns to silence in my mind. I stopped living for opinions, now I'm living my best life. If my glow isn't your sight, then I know I'm doing right. Say what you want about me, I'll still shine the same. You can doubt every step, you can question my name. Bad vibes don't reach me, I'm too high in my life. Believe whatever you want, I'll be living my life. Some will watch me, some will judge me, some will never understand. But I'd rather be authentic than be perfect for a trend. If my glow is getting brighter, it might hurt somebody's sight. But the sun was never asking if it's shining way too bright. If I trigger you, that's okay. Maybe I'm just living my way. Say what you want about me, I'll still shine the same. You can doubt every step, you can question my name. Bad vibes don't reach me, I'm too high in my life. Believe whatever you want, I'll be living my life. You can judge me from afar, but I'm writing my own story, and I'm living it my way.
What's going on, everybody? What is going on? Hopefully, everybody is having a fabulous Saturday. Okay, I hope you guys are having a fabulous Saturday. Good to see everybody in the chat. Hey, Evil Ghost. I'm at work, can't chat, but I'll be listening. Okay, this is the people's chat today, okay? I'm sorry, Peach, I had you stuck up there, girl. Oh, Lord Jesus. Trying to point people out in the chat today. Oh, Lord, good to see little Miss January, Peach. Can I pet that hog? Can I pet that hog? Lord have mercy. Okay, so the people wanted to do this, so we're doing it. We're doing it. I'll pull up the old videos. You guys want to go through, you want to discuss. This is the viewers' review of the Whitaker saga. There is nothing off of limits. Ask me the question, I'll tell you the truth. Okay? I'll tell you the truth. Pull up a video that's privated, we'll play it. All right? Everything that I say today on this stream is based on my opinion from public information. I am not responsible for the viewer's opinion. I am not responsible for the viewers' what they speak, what they say, how they say it. Okay, today this is their stream. I'll drop the link to the StreamYard. You do not have to show your face. I will put up a guard to make sure that you're not going to show your pee-pee or your boobies, okay? That's the law. That's TOS. That's the way we got to do things over here, okay? Once you show me you're not going to show any body parts, then turn off your camera and tell me about your perspective on the last several months of the Whitaker saga, where it began, how you became a follower, all of the things. Nothing is off limits, people. Nothing is off limits. Even if you're a creator, a viewer, whoever, come and join. Let's talk about all of the things, okay? Jessica, it's good to see you. We will not attack anyone in the chat for their opinion. We will, we can have a disagreement, but we're going to keep it classy. You can only attack the subject, not the person. All right, don't hit below the belt, everybody. Okay, we're an adults over here. We're having an adult conversation. All right, good to see you. Good God, Gertie, I hope you're doing well, honey. Hillbilly, good to see you. All right, so, okay. Oh, okay, thanks, y'all. Oh, okay. Will Larry be there too? Which Larry are you talking about? Your Larry or my Larry? Because there's two Larrys. We're gonna do a husband swap, I think. So my Larry will not be. He's outside today. He was under the weather a little bit, but he's doing okay. I'm doing well today. Thanks for asking. All right. So where would you guys like to begin? Let me drop the StreamYard link. And some people didn't get on the list just because it didn't give me room. So I didn't pick and choose anyone particular for the thumbnail. It just only allowed me so many people, and that's what it was. So, hey, CG, good to see you. Hey, Bonnie, happy Saturday, Lady K. And chat, I was so excited to come up on panel today, but allergies got me and I lost my voice. Oh my God, Bonnie. Oh my goodness. But you can put it in the chat. But it's an open panel, so anyone can jump up here. Don't be afraid. It's okay. I will protect you with everything I have. All right. But it does take some courage to come up and speak what you want. It's different than typing in the chat. People wanted it. They said, yeah, let's do this, man. We have a lot to say. Y'all have a lot to say. So come on up and let's go through what you guys wanted to talk about. All right. We can go through some old videos. We can actually begin at my very first video that I put up about the Whitakers and go from there. Can we borrow a couple Larrys today for some Saturday insights? Absolutely. I'll do it. Everyone ask my questions for me. Well, drop the StreamYard link again. Okay. All right, there we go. So let me get over here to my content channel stuff. And let me scroll down to the very, very, very beginning of the Whitakers and my perspective and how it's changed now. And maybe that'll give you guys, time to get the courage up. And so we could talk about all the things. We keep scrolling. Even the situation that happened, between me and Watson, how that even took about nothing's off limits, guys. If you have questions, let me know. Okay, so this was I'm going to show you this. Okay. This video right here was the one that I played. I was on an airplane. And I'll show you guys where I was. Okay, I was on an airplane. Let me bring it up to the stage. Share screen. And I happened to, and I can prove that I was on an airplane, because people like to say I wasn't really on an airplane one time before. And I pay for the Wi-Fi when I travel because it gets very boring if you don't. Okay, so I came off the airplane after I watched the Whitakers, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to talk about the Whitakers because I remember them from from Soft White Underbelly. So I'm like, I think I'm going to cover this. And this is me getting off of the plane. Let me bring it to the stage here. Add to stage. Now this is the back behind studio, so look at me watching Evil Ghost. I don't mean to have you on display, Evil Ghost, but that's in my playlist. That's in my stuff that I watch. My bad. Oh, Lord. Okay, so let's play it. So let me say the date here. The date was 7 months ago. Okay? 7 months ago. September the 7th, 2025. The last video I did. Here I am at an airport. Oh, Lord, am I at it? Now, why didn't I just use this airport if I was going to fuck around and say I'm at an airport, right? Why didn't I just use this airport? Come on, people. Never mind. Has anyone ever seen something like this? I thought this was super cute. This person, if you guys see that, this person. Birthday in the middle of the airport. I've never seen this. That is funny. I've never seen anything just sitting in the middle of An airport. It's that. This is the middle of the airport. I'm not kidding you. Oh my! It says happy birthday in the middle of the airport. I had personally never seen anything like that. So
Okay.
on September the 7th,
In the airport.
I was getting off an airplane, as you can all clearly see here, right? So the next video was about the Whitaker family because me flying right here's the airport, and that's my voice, right? Okay, so I decided I'm going to start talking about the Whitaker family. So I'll stop sharing this, and then we'll go to the next video. Which it was Love Was in the Air. Okay. So let's click in here. We'll show you the date. Let me share this. This date was September the 9th. That'd take a couple days to relax. You know what I'm saying? After you get off flight. I've been on vacation. Okay. So, oh, I didn't show you the date. Let me show you the date. So, at Whitaker family, West Virginia, September the, are you guys seeing this? Let me make sure you guys are seeing this. No, you're not at the stage. Okay, so if you look down here, close this out. Got too many tabs open. So if you, which one am I showing? Okay, right here. September the 9th, I shared the very first video of the Whitakers. Okay, let's see what I had to talk about. We'll put it on fast speed, and maybe this will give you some questions if you want to jump up. Put it on fast speed. Why can't we hear it? Can you guys hear it? I can't hear it. I wonder why we can't hear it. Let me check my StreamYard. I'll remove it and then add it back.
And while we was doing,
Okay, maybe we were having an issue that day.
Is go put the copyright disclaimer over Mark's. The one, the
Oliviera created. Basically, it's you know there are people on social media that create these like scandal stories. They're not factual.
so that's where he showed the stuff, right? So I mean, he did show the money. He explains, and I think most of you guys have seen this. So I'm going to go ahead and play what has now taken place. Like the Tyler is no longer involved in it. We have a Mark, or I'm sorry, we have an Eric and a Patrick. Eric, we're going to show Eric's video that he made last night because the Whitakers now have been taken into custody. And that is troubling. Like, what the hell?
So that was right whenever they went. That's why I started covering it. Okay, for me, I was like, oh, now there's a true crime situation happening, right? Because they are now taken into custody. There's some fraud allegations, and that's what came across my feed whenever I was flying on an airplane, which I showed you me getting in the, where you get your luggage, okay? That's the proof. I was there talking about a man that set up his girlfriend a little thing when her and her friend got off from a vacation. But anyways, so I'm going to keep dropping the link here. So if anyone wants to come up and tell me what you invested, then you can jump on panel. Don't be chicken. You guys asked for it, so let's do it. Come on.
These people have come in my opinion, have exploited this family. All right. And now they're split apart. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. Should have agency stepped in maybe and helped them? But I think that since they live on such a dynamic that they're codependent on each other, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, but this is devastating. Did they offer Betty some resources when they started to remove her family? Okay. Did they offer her some support? Because that's got to be traumatic for her, in my opinion. Okay. In my opinion. So this is off of Facebook, this video. So let me go ahead and share this to you. This was last night. And then we'll go over the other footage.
Has been taken. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it's so sad.
I'm trying to find out something. This was a recipe for disaster. We went 3 days in a row to get that protective order. 2 days we got denied. After the first 2 days it got denied, and I'm going to get comments out of here, guys. I can't look at that. That's why I haven't been on social media. I'm going to look at it. Not after what's going on. We went 2 days to get protective order, and we didn't get it. The only option we had at that point was to get adult protective services involved. And then me and Timmy went and met with adult protective services one day. Timmy was claiming, he told us, he had been beat by BJ. Betty said she had. Larry never told us he was, but Betty told us that she saw BJ hit him. Then, when we were supposed to be meeting with adult protective services, and Betty was supposed to be going
this
with
guy
me,
is,
which they were meeting her to give
this
her.
guy is Eric. He's been, in quotation marks, helping the Whitakers.
Hours of caretaking. She no-showed and was off with Brandon. That's when adult protection services came down there, because at this point I'm broadcasting all over Facebook that I'm wanting them to do what just happened. They came down there, told Betty, no, he's trying to build you a home. Which, guys, as of a couple of days ago, the Amish had agreed, we had permits, everything was ready to go, until I saw you-know-who back on the property. It's gonna get good. I never went home. You people, some of you that didn't know me, you're about to find out. Give me a second. The emotions are high. We were told when we got that protective order that if Betty talked to BJ or Larry, not just BJ, someone saying Patrick's saying this is because of BJ. I mean, probably is. She's not supposed to be there, guys. She got caught cutting down telephone wire, melting the casing off, and $25,000 worth of copper line. That I've been told, allegedly, get this, that Larry knew about it too. The copper. Yeah, it gets better. Give me a second. So then,
hang on, I want to put something. So if someone decides they want to take the videos, because some of these videos are no longer available, right? So I want to cause some trouble for some other people. Because I am that bitch. Don't forget. Copyright strike. Okay.
all this goes down. They say he's trying to get you to home. We try to make this like water under the bridge.
If it's too
On
loud,
Thursday,
let
we
me
go
know
to
in the
Amish.
chat.
That was the day, I guess, that the court date was. Guys, I was told 10 days. 10 days from that day is what we had with that protective order. If you go back to every live, that's what I said. I, honest to God, thought we had 10 days. Now, the first 2 days when we were talking, I could have swore I saw like a September 9th or 10th date. But regardless, and you'll find out why. I'm out here going to the Amish. I'm out here getting building permits. I'm out here taking everybody, doing everything. Who's the only one doing anything? Literally, the only one doing anything until my friends got here. Which makes me so angry.
He admits he called him though.
What seemed like a normal day, we went, talked about the permits, I came on, give you guys the live, let you see what was going on, flood zones, everything that's going on. And I told Betty, they're not going to allow you to put the home there. One, it's supposedly not even your property, where your home is right now, and it's in the flood zone, all the way over to where Larry's house was, where the camper went. There was a piece of property on the very back that was flat, where they could have built, and guess what? They wouldn't have been where they were, could have got a new address where people aren't showing up to their house in the middle of the night. It would have been perfect. They could have been isolated. I came, told Betty about that. Everything was good. Everything. She said, I like that idea. Patrick told me at one point in time that Betty said she didn't want her house back there, even though in a video.
But if anyone has watched Betty, she kind of goes with whatever's being said at the time. Like she'll agree to things and then she'll be like, yeah, and say things. She's like, well, I don't remember saying that. But you have to remember that the state of mind that these folks are in. All right. So I don't know.
Betty tells me, I always wanted a house back there. My sister Judy used to be back there. Well, and then I'm never vegetable. Betty doesn't want her house back there. When I say something, Betty.
What I have never seen happen, though, in my opinion, what I have never seen happen, though, what I have not seen happen is any type of psychotherapy being provided from any content creator that has stepped in calling themselves helping the Whitakers. Okay. Now they have these GoFundMe's, they have this money, they take them to do things, but what needs to happen is maybe hire a homemaker to come in 2 or 3 times a day or a week to help clean up, hygiene, stuff like that, psychotherapy work, because there is a generational trauma that they have talked about throughout the years. Okay. But no one's
Well, I had some pretty good advice then, right, guys? I was trying to give some advice back then, 7 months ago. 7 months ago, I was like, hey, I still have it. And I still to this day, even through all of the shit, there has not been anyone that has offered any type of social services, therapy, none of the things, right, that one would need. Just want to let you know I wasn't being odd last night. Had my keyboard put away. Only had wireless mouse for emojis as I do when Pain Force. You're okay. Listen, Runaway Truth, you've been with me for a long time, honey. We all are have our bad days. I wasn't even no thought about it, honey. But thank you.
provided this actual, in my opinion, this is all my opinion, okay, and I am not a clinical professional on any level, just a viewer. They need more than money. You cannot throw money at generational curses, in my opinion. Okay, just because you put
For
some
me,
on.
Bonnie, I have not heard any of those things that had been offered, in my opinion, from what I know from behind the scenes. Right. Exactly. These are not professional people trying to help people that need professional help. Amen to that, Kim. Amen to that. Amen to that.
YouTube doesn't mean that they're going to fix their life. Okay, it's just not. That's not the way the mind works, unfortunately.
I was going to try to find out what was going on. I noticed when I was walking the property on the backside, there is a place called Devil's Backbone. I found 2 campfires. So definitely eyebrow raise, right? Betty tells me that Timmy, or Lorraine, is missing Timmy. And I know she was. She loves her son, guys. She loves her son. And she said, do you mind bringing him back? And I was like, is he still going to be able to go to Georgia with me? Yes, he'll be able to go to Georgia. Just make sure he calls her. I was
And
like,
let me
I will.
also make something clear. If you hashtag about something you did right, that's not activism, okay? That's not activism.
I'll make sure he calls every day. She said, he doesn't have to call every day. Just so I said, no, he'll call every day. Went back. My Robert Mess, who had flown out from Idaho, almost 78 years old, had a former Amish friend that lived 4 hours away that drove all the way up there to see him. So we took him back to meet with an Airbnb. And then while we was doing that, I got Timmy. Timmy did not want to go back, but I told him, you gotta go see your mom. Okay, but everything was going to be good. I had gotten Lorraine some special chips from the Amish. I kept chips in the back of my vehicle, and I would give her a bag at a time.
The chips. You guys remember the potato chips? There was a whole freaking situation about the potato chips. People were going freaking ham about the potato chips. The potato chips. They're like, well, they keep giving. Why did you keep giving Lorraine the potato chips, knowing that she had freaking heart problems? Okay, all right, because she liked them. That was your way into her. Listen. I think I was handling this, at the beginning. I didn't know a lot about the current situation because I didn't watch it unfold on Facebook. This all unfolded on a Facebook. I didn't know what was happening until I did not, as you see, my first video was on September the 9th. Okay, September the 9th. All right. So I didn't watch it all. I didn't watch all of it go down. Okay, until there was a something being said about laws being, things being, some crimes being committed. Then I was like, oh, that's right up my alley. Let me see what's going on. But the potato chips, Lorraine and the potato chip. Eric Carroll kept, here, Lorraine, here's a big bag of salty potato chips. It's exactly what you need.
The second I got out of that vehicle, I see those hands. And I wanted to react then, but
And for those that don't know, I can show you. Those that don't know, what had happened was there was an order of protection put out on BJ, Larry's daughter, okay? And she wasn't to be back on the property. But apparently, this guy here missed the court date. He thought it was at a later date. And he didn't get the order of protection, and she showed back up. thereafter, and he showed up and he was very upset about it. I'm trying to find the channel because he has created them a channel so we can maybe watch it. Damn it. Why is it so hard to find now?
Let's skip through my finding.
I find everybody else's. There it is. Whitaker family. Okay. So this is what they're talking about. He shows up.
Right?
Did he take it down? So I think he might have taken that one down. I'll check the videos.
This was made by the Amish. These are Amish chips.
Oh,
That's
we
just
do
new.
have some of the stuff we do have some of the stuff from the channel that's been taken down. Cause see, I haven't went back through and watched a lot of these old videos. I watched some of them, but not all of them. Who is that? Hell on Heels. Hang on a second. Let's see who this is. Let me get something here to make sure we got somebody up here that's not going to show us their pee-pee. Okay. Can you show me your face, Hell on Heels, real quick? And then it's not. I put a banner up. No one can see you. Just to make sure that you're not going to flash pornographic images to my viewing audience. Hell on Heels. Going once. Going twice. Okay. If you can't show me your face just real quick, then you can't come up. Kick from studio. Okay. Sorry. Gotta show me your face real quick.
Up the ball. He didn't bring them to right.
Tell her to let you try them. Lorraine, let them
Hey,
try
LJ.
some. They came from the Amish store. Y'all open them up and try them. They got some good food, buddy.
I think this is.
We went in there.
Yeah. So just hang tight.
I've been down through there. I don't know where it is.
Huh?
I've been down in Blackbird. I don't know.
Harrisburg. Hey, who's in the camper?
They ain't from over here.
There's somebody in the camper. I saw them.
I think they ain't from over here. I
Who's in the camper? There's somebody in the camper right now.
think they haven't been over here.
Who's in the camper right now? I just saw them. I'm asking you, who is it in the camper?
Yeah.
Huh?
Boyfriend, right?
Are in the camper
All right.
right now?
Yeah, yeah. Ain't nobody over here.
There's some. I saw somebody in the camper. They was pulling out, looking at me.
There's a free game over there. I don't know.
DJ's not supposed to be here. Y'all let her back. Did you know she was here, Betty?
Yeah, I had court day, too. Hello?
Yeah,
So-
record that.
Hello?
That's where he finds out that BJ's back in the camper and she wasn't supposed to be there. But in my opinion, the court date, why would you, I mean, we're all adults. I mean, why would you not write down the court date like alarm on your phone? I mean, you can just go into your calendar, push calendar, remind you in a day, okay, of the time and what you need the reminder for. And you can also do it the morning of your court date. I mean, there's too much technology to forget a court date if it's that important to you, in my opinion.
But I'm getting information about what's going on, guys. I said, I'm going to go up, talk to Lorraine, and have that moment with her before I ask about the camper. And what pissed me off is when I did that, after I did that, I said, Larry, who's in the camper? Nobody's in the camper. Larry, who's in the camper? I didn't even play it off. I just kept going. He was going to lie to me. I went back and rewatched. There was a guy that has a channel, YJ the Odds Record.
Right.
He was the closest one on his coverage, guys. I want you to know, bud,
Yep,
I
and
was
I'll be
very
right there with you.
I really, really respected your work. You were about 95% correct because there's so much. The internet's loose and people make your accusations in the comments. You have no idea what you're talking about, and you're about to hit the true story. Once I find out what's going on, everything that happens in the dark will come to light.
Do you guys think that we've actually heard the true story? He's like, you're going to hear the true story, blah, 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 blah. Do you guys think that we've actually heard the true story? Hey, Beast, thanks for taking a second in here to stop in. I appreciate you. Do you guys think that we actually have heard the true story about all things? Maybe half? Yeah, I think maybe half. I think the half that makes the person that telling it sound good. You know what I mean? I think we've heard half, and depending on who the story's coming from, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
It's about you now. I beg anybody that is involved with what's going on right now, come to me. I'm an open book. I have nothing to hide. I forgot what I was talking about. There's so much.
Okay, well, if you're an open book, come on over here and show us the receipts from day one. All right, and show us the communication you had with the Amish and what that looked like and what they were willing to do and what type of home they were willing to build and where they were going to get the materials. Was it a gift from the Amish? Were you going to, what you keep saying, free, free, free? So where was that communication at?
And I would still like
I
to
don't know
know
what's gonna
that
happen.
because that
When
was
I
a
know.
huge situation, right? All of this Amish. Okay, we still haven't seen any like documentation, but there was like we're gonna need some help from the community to help to get this house done. So there was no, in my opinion, from my view of what the public information was there was really no hardcore information provided from the Amish and what they were willing to do, meaning where's the material donated but they had to pay for the labor, or was the labor donated and they had to pay for the material? Because they made it very clear that they were going to set up a trust fund to help provide financial assistance to build this house. So to me, that's where it got all real messy. Okay. And remember, we'll get to that. I have all of it. We can do this for 2 weeks if we want. Okay. We can go through all of the videos that I've ever done and take a look back. I'm not trying to, raise the Whitaker stuff up, but to take a look back. We have the right. I spent 7 months covering this. I have every right to go back and look and see where we're at today. And so do the viewers. The viewers are what made the Whitakers have a viewership. Eric made money off of it. Patrick made money off of it. And if anyone comes to me and says, you made money off of the Whitakers. No, Eric and Patrick made money off the Whitakers. I'm simply reviewing what Eric and Patrick did. So if you want to get down to the brass tacks of shit, I'm making money off of Eric and Patrick making money off of the Whitaker family. So, and if you don't like that opinion, stick it in a pipe, light that bitch and smoke it and tell me what it tastes like. Okay? And that's all I'm going to say about it. Don't come to me with no bullshit, or I'll cuss you out.
I will let you know. But here's the thing. When Adult Protection Services came down there, Betty told them about the abuse and everything that was going on. When BJ showed back up in that house, guys, and you know how many people have been watching in the comments saying they was going to report it? It was inevitable. They can only get so many calls before they have to act. And I'm going to tell you.
But you called them as well, and as you admit here.
They were going out of their way, but every time I see Ray, he is sitting in his own urine. Feces all over him. Lorraine has been trying to tell me something about her head for months. And then when Lorraine starts trying to tell me, I get told some BS excuse about a bee sting. And I've asked Lorraine, it's on video. Lorraine, is that from a bee sting? No. Hey guys. But here's the one that really got me. We didn't, and then the court order, right? While I'm out there doing this with the Amish, getting the permits, and then I made it think, oh, it's your fault. You knew when it was not. I said 10 days from the very beginning. I found out, public record, make a call, you'll find out. They told her they would give her a continuance. She denied it for BJ. She denied it. She said the abuser could stay at the house. Now, when you admit that someone beat Ray, beat Timmy, beat yourself, beat her dad, stealing copper wire, doing the things that they're doing, what did you think was going to happen? I knew this was going to happen. And they had nobody to blame but themselves. There's more, guys. I want to get off of here. And I promise you, you'll get more later. One of the biggest slaps in the face to Mr. Patrick over there. I get a call.
So he laid some dirt out on the Patrick guy. Because see, I haven't tuned in about the Whitakers. I didn't even know these guys existed until it showed up in my algorithm. And I was like, oh, okay, this is a new gentleman over here. What's going on with the Whitakers? Let me check in with them. And I was like, what the hell? Okay, like so it went from Tyler to these guys. Now, how that happened, I don't know. I know that Tyler did make an apology video to Mark about accusing him of Mark from White Underbelly of nefarious things. He did apologize on that. And then I don't know if this guy just stepped in recently. I don't know how long he's been involved with the Whitakers. I do not know. Maybe someone in the chat can tell us. But I did watch this in the last night and today. So I was like, wow.
I get a call.
Yes.
From the condo where I rented the Airbnb. Patrick played on my heartstrings. I need somewhere to stay. I just want to get away for a while. I don't want no one around. I just want to get off. And you think you can get me a room up there? I was like, yeah, man, you can do that. You mind getting it in your name? Sure, Patrick. Just pay me back out of next month's money.
Only 2 months.
So maybe we need to slow this down, because now, if you guys remember, we've heard different stories. We've heard different stories on how this Airbnb came out, right? We've had different stories. Maybe we need to slow that down. Let's go back a few and slow it down. I don't really need to speed it up. I'm speeding it up to get through it quickly. And if someone else wants to use the content, then they try to speed it up. It's going to be really fast. I'm just being an asshole. I'm being me.
From the condo where I rented the Airbnb, Patrick played on my heartstrings. I need somewhere to stay. I just want to get away for a while. I don't want no one around. I just want to get off. And you think you can get me a room up there? I was like, yeah, man, you can do that. You mind getting it in your name? Sure, Patrick. Just pay me back out of next month's money. After
Only 2
everything
months?
else that I've been taking care of, right? I get him a condo. He was staying right next to me in the Airbnb,
For 2
guys, 'cause
months?
He said he needed to heal.
That's
That
it?
condo was freaking trashed, man.
Wow.
Hold on, I'll get to all that in a little bit. I'm getting information
What the
about what's
hell?
going on.
Okay. For only 2 months?
I've got a lot to go through, guys. That condo was trashed. Dog poop.
And the reason why, if everyone's asking me, they're like, if you're saying like, well, why were you tripping about 2 months? Well, my trip was that someone was going to come in and control their life by building a house, making the decisions that are going to affect them a lifetime, and they only knew them for 2 months. That was, I was like, wow. I'm sorry, I don't know if you would let someone, that a complete stranger, into your life and let them start making life-changing decisions for you that you only knew for a couple of months. I know the way that my life works. Someone that I just met 2 months ago would not have that much authority, power over my life. Okay. And that's why I was like, whoa, that's crazy. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Hell on heels. If you have a question, let's see, she has a black screen. You don't even have an avatar. So I'm going to put something up. If you have a question, go ahead. But let me put something up here and add this person to stage. Okay, hello, Hell on Heels. You are up here with us. How you doing? Hello. Oh,
Yeah, I usually do
there
have
you
an
go.
avatar.
Okay, honey,
I'm
go
not sure
ahead.
this is my
Turn your cam
first
off.
time
Turn your
coming
cam off.
on.
Turn your cam off.
Okay, hold on.
But you look beautiful anyways,
hold on.
honey. Okay, there you go. I take it down.
How do I?
Okay, you're good. Your cam's off.
Okay, it's off.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, there you go. So let me go ahead and add her,
All
so you
right.
know that there are two people. So what you got?
So I started to watch the Whitakers on the Soft White Underbelly, and then that Tyler came on asking about where the GoFundMe money went.
You're right.
And Betty did. Well, thank you. And then Betty gave the old, I don't know where the money went. But here's my point. The GoFundMe, I feel, was kind of a fraud on Mark's part, because I believe it was for a new house, correct?
Right.
And he just kept dishing out the money to them.
Yeah, I think
I believe they put a new roof on and got some.
I think, yeah, there's a little bit of delay, so I'll have to, like, that 30-second delay, and that's okay. We can work with it. But I think the way it worked was the GoFundMe was supposed to be for a new house, but then at the end of the day, the way Mark explained it was their money. They called for it. He kept giving it to them. And I really wish he wouldn't have. You know what I mean? I wish he would have held steady on that,
Yeah, what's with the delay, I wonder?
I don't know. I can drop you down, honey, and we can try again.
Okay.
I'll just remove you down. I'll just drop you down and then try to again. I don't know. Let's remove her and then add the stage. Okay, maybe see if we're good now.
Hello?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. So back to that GoFundMe money. I guess I was always confused as to why Mark never got the house and just kept dishing it out, which, you know, that money. Yeah, there's that delay.
Yeah, there's still a delay. Okay, I'm going to boot you and then try to come back up. I don't know why there's a delay.
Okay.
So, okay, I'll boot you off and then come back up. Remove. Kick her from the stage. Okay, there we go. All right. Mary Hewitt, thank you for your Cash App. I'm going to play you something now. Here we go. You get bok bok, bitch.
Bok bok bitch. Chickens are bitches. These are bitches, dude. Bok bok bitch. Oh. Oh. Bok bok bitch. These are bitches, dude. Chickens are bitches. Bok bok bitch. Bok bok bitch.
Thank you, Mary, for your Cash App. I appreciate you so much. We'll wait for Heels to come back up, and I can't call her Heels because there was another person, Hell on Heels. I think it was her name. And we'll go ahead and listen to this.
Chewing tobacco all over the pillows, the walls, you name it, pills all over the floor. Don't worry, I've got the video. The back doors
yes, you
were
can.
left wide
Absolutely.
open.
So
When
you
he
got-
got out,
yeah.
he was
And let me tell you, I still don't believe this. I still don't believe this. There's a huge delay. Why StreamYard? She had good questions. I know. Hopefully she comes back, and I'll try to work with it. She did have great questions. If there's still one, but I still feel the same way. I still don't believe that there was chewing tobacco unless Ray was there. Okay, now we all know Ray. He's gonna spit where Ray spits. In my opinion, from what we've seen on camera, I've never been around Ray personally. He may use a spit can whenever he is chewing tobacco. I don't know, but from my observation, it could have been. It's plausible. But do I think Patrick did it? I'm gonna have to question that. And everybody knows I'm not a big Patrick fan right now because he had Susan Says So do some bullshit. And I'm going to say it publicly now. Susan Says So, you owe me a fucking apology. And you owe Norma an apology, you nasty bitch. Get your ass up on YouTube and give it a fucking apology, asshole. I said it and I'll say it again. Get your old raggedy ass up here and get a motherfucking video made and apologizing to the lady you doxed.
other dog, and that's Patrick.
To the mods, anytime that I share something that and there's a link to give out a help, a resource, absolutely. I always want, if someone needs like a link to services that is in an area or a national hotline number, let us know. I will be, I will be more than happy to post any of those links. Absolutely. Yes, so
1-800 probation officer.
you're always have that permission. Absolutely.
Does the owner know you got that dog with you? And he said, oh, yeah, I told him.
Aw,
No, he
this
didn't.
whole thing is, I know,
Not
Jimmy,
only
it's
that, he
sad.
puts them on the kitchen counter in this brand new renovated place. Decorations.
So, Captain Avi, do you want me to drop a link? You can come up here, honey. I know that you are very upset about this too, and you have a lot of information. If you want me to drop a link for you, you're more than welcome to come up. Let me know in the chat.
Diet
I'll
Pepsi.
drop a link for you if I can remember how. Let me see. Is this how I do it? Yeah. So if you want to come up here, Captain Avi, you're more than welcome, honey.
For the condo that became spittoons.
Damn it.
Diapers
Good
on the
God,
floor,
Gertie.
stains
The
all over
best
the
part
couch.
of the show. You missed it.
Pills all over the floor. Literally, I don't know.
I know, it's
How
sad.
do you
It
get
breaks my heart
snuff
because
on
here's my thing
couches,
with it.
countertops, like everywhere. The kitchen sink was full of it. Big wads of it all over the floor.
Here's my thing. I want to know if they offered Betty some resources because the coping she does, in my opinion, I don't know her on a mental state, but from my observation of the video that they shared, which is out there, that she's very distraught. Okay, she's very, very distraught. And are they giving her resources to help cope with those emotions, to help her? Because this is sad. Whenever you're codependent on each other, and I don't mean that in a bad way, they have protected each other in the best way they have known how, and they have
So
survived
fast.
the best way that they have known how to for a very, very long time. And you rip a rug out from underneath someone and with like that, that devastates them. And it's not okay, in my opinion. I hope that the state, if they have not provided services to Betty and Larry, okay, then shame on them.
Poop all over the back deck. And guess whose name it was in, guys? You guys think you know. You have no idea what I've been through
Oh,
up here. And I'm a
okay,
good
Captain
friend.
Avi. It's okay,
I
honey.
wanted him to get better. This is his record.
Good to see you, Shapey. So
It's
that's
like
the
a
record.
freaking Bible. I'd like to say something. His
So genius here, Mr. Genius, in my opinion. You didn't think about running that if you're going to get him involved in what you're trying to do. If there was nothing behind this, or he wouldn't be that quote, quote, potential fall guy, did you not think, let me see who this guy is? I'm getting him involved in what I'm trying to do with and for the Whitakers in a positive way. Let me see who I'm dealing with. Let me ask the hard questions because you're going to have to answer to the public because you're asking for the public's assistance. See, this is how the public of opinion comes in. Whenever you come out into the community, sir, and you say, hey, this is what I want to do, I'm going to have a GoFundMe, then you have to answer to that, okay? And whoever you bring in, their actions then become your actions. Like it or not, it just does. If you're asking for monetary assistance from the public, whoever you surround yourself with, and the nefarious shit that they do now directly reflects you, right? I mean, we can say it doesn't, but it does. And you know that. Like you said, I had a platform before I came here. Well, okay, buddy.
mom and sister.
Well, to listen to myself, I'm like, man, you are something else, lady. Lady Gay, I'm talking to myself now. Lady Gay, you are something else. Lord Jesus, they allow you on YouTube. Make that video and pet that hog. Lord, I'm ruthless.
His family are good people, and she's went through the loss of 2 of her sons. And I hate for this to happen.
I
really
believe
do.
that too.
But, and then I found
Yeah, Shavy.
pleading guilty to stalking and sexual crimes just last month. And Timmy's in Victoria's Secret just a few days
Yep.
ago, and we're getting him to take pictures with women while he's in it too. I'm a little hot right now, guys. I could go on. I'm about to go find out what's going on in that family. I could care less about the social media. I haven't been on here doing the gimmick or the YouTube. I knew when this happened, the YouTube was probably going away, and it sucks. I put a lot of work behind it, and I'm a very passionate guy. The whole time I was up here, I was busting my ass, not even hardly sleeping, taking money out of my pocket, and then having someone do that to me. That's how I get repaid.
See, do you guys still have a problem with this? Like, he's very upset. Okay, now, I'm going to tell you, putting in a lot of time and away from your family and all that stuff, that's what you signed up for, sir. And you're going to have to invest in money, just like anytime someone starts to do a public platform, you have to invest some money. You have to invest in a keyboard, a camera, a laptop, a mouse, a microphone, a headset, all of that stuff to do this stuff, right? Professional. And if you travel, you have to have things, right? So you're going to know there's going to be some out-of-pocket expenses. Now, for me, being the age that he is and that he knows about travel and doing content because he just came off of murder trial with his buddy, now he's going to cry about it. Okay, so you know that that's going to happen. And yeah, and he always comes back to this $100 in his pocket when he got there. So, you know, this still frustrates me.
I don't know how they could look at them. And you know what? After everything I did for that family,
Yep.
the movies, the new clothes, all of it, I never heard a thank you. And I don't do it.
Thank you. Dude, I still have a problem with this. I wonder if I say anything. Let's listen to what I have to say. When do I end up getting pissed off? Okay, because I know somewhere along the line I'm going to get pissed off. Somewhere along the line I get mad. Okay, let me drop. Maybe she can't find. Maybe that girl lady couldn't find the StreamYard link. So let me paste the StreamYard link again. There we go. I should pin the StreamYard link. I'm gonna pin the StreamYard link. Give me 1 second. So I had my Cash App pinned because we gotta pay for StreamYard, people. You know, we can't do it through the way we used to. So now we're doing it old school way. We're doing it through Cash App. So let me pin the StreamYard link. Oh no, I don't want to go to StreamYard. I want to pin the damn thing. Oh Lord. Can one of the mods pin it? Can you guys have the ability to pin it or no? Because it's not letting me pin the StreamYard link. Maybe because I have one pinned. Let's unpin message. And then let's pin the StreamYard link. You dirty bastard. I bet you I gotta go through to YouTube. Okay, we'll let this play and I'll work on it behind here. I'll work on it from behind the scene. Okay, let's play.
For the thank you. I literally have done stuff like this all my life, guys. If you think this is about the likes,
That's
clicks, and views, you
insane
don't know
amount
much.
of money.
I already had a platform, and I really would much rather be at home, and I didn't want to be on, so I don't even want to be on it.
That's an insane amount of money in 2 months. Insanity. 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 Where is it?
Here now, but this is what happens, and what sucks is now the whole thing is about
Yes.
scandal instead of the family getting the home they deserve. They literally had a log cabin built by the Amish about to happen free.
So I'd like to see the communications through that too. So what is the money for? You raised money to get a house. So where's this money, said money at then, sir? You need to come with the receipts. You need transparency. You asked the community for money. And I don't have a right to ask because I didn't donate to it. But I'm nosy and I want to know. I want to know if you exploited this family. And some people, they call these people by other names. I'm calling them a family. Okay, there are no other words attached to it. They're a family. Like it or not, okay, they're a family. And in my opinion, there could have, oh boy, let me keep going. I think it's all
You
about
guys don't
money.
know the half of it.
I mean, see, okay, that's what I'm
I tried
kind
to
of
cover for you,
saying.
Patrick.
I mean, there's a lot more I can say,
tried
but
to
I'm going to
cover
be
for you. I
easy.
hope you would get better. I really did. You weren't even supposed to be at that concert. Ray had an orthopedic visit the day before, and you didn't. You had one thing to do: get Ray to the orthopedic visit. I came all the way up here from Georgia, and you told me I would not be able to get him a doctor's appointment, and I said that was the whole reason I was coming up here. And you said, you're not from West Virginia. It don't work that way up here. You're from Georgia. We don't just get visits like that. I had Ray at the doctor the next day, guys. He had an orthopedic visit. And Patrick was the one supposed to take him. Ray didn't make that orthopedic visit. Instead, he ended up at a bluegrass concert where Patrick broke his
Yes,
leg.
JB, 100%.
Y'all need to start. You've been asking the questions to the wrong guy here, but I've got your answers. I've got your answers, and I can't. I really hoped he was going to straighten up, guys, but
You think he was
this has been going
sincere?
on for years.
JB, you think this guy was sincere? I don't know, because here's the thing. You cannot throw money at emotional stability. You can't throw money at emotional trauma. You can't throw money, and this is just my opinion, and we can all disagree. That's fine. I'm not trying to change your mind. But my point of view is whenever you come into a situation and want to help someone, you have to start at the very bottom and then work your way up. Okay. And that's just my point of view. Anybody that's ever went into with the Whitakers that I've seen, now I could be wrong, I'm subject to error, I'm human. They haven't ever offered them emotional support, meaning with psychologists, people that come in and hire someone to come in 2 or 3, 4 times a week and help with the cleanliness, teach them hygiene, how important it is, and how to fix proper meals, stuff like that. I've always seen, let's throw money at it, a new house, let's go buy new clothes, but you haven't bought them a washer and dryer to help them wash their clothes. Okay, so there have been several, everyday act of living has never been taught to them, in my opinion. I could be wrong. Talk to the Amish and get the house still set than it was to go to court with Bobby. And right. That's what happens. Let me tell you, Taylor, there's something to what you're saying there. She says, my great aunt had someone do that to her. She was taken out of her house and put in a nursing home and sold the land and house. That's exactly, in my opinion, that's how it works. So let's say that I become disabled and I'm no longer fit to care for myself. My children are not fit to care for me. And the state comes in and removes me. My property, if I own it and it's land, all of my money in property is given to the nursing home that is now going to provide services for me until the day that I die. All right, now they own my home, they own my land, and they will sell it to provide the medical services for me. That's how it happens. They have a right to sell it. Okay, they have a right to do with what they want with it once they own it, and I believe they sell it. All right, they own 16 acres of land there, and oh my word, that's true. And this would be absolutely terrible if this is what happens. It is. He was the only one running around doing everything. I think now, Shibby, I want to say that I think there was a connection because I did watch the videos with him and Timmy. I'm just going to be honest and say this. Okay, there two things can be true at the same time. I believe that he may not have 100% in it for the right reasons, but I do think that there was some sort of bond between him and Timmy. He seemed to enjoy seeing Timmy experience new things. Okay, was it just for the camera? You can tell by the language and the way that he carried on with Timmy that I think that it was more to it. If you've ever worked in nursing at any time, you always have that favorite client, right? You always have that one that just love them to death. You know, I worked in nursing before I was in a corporate world, and it broke my heart. I couldn't do it because people die. I didn't like the dying part. All right, so I'm like, this isn't for me. So I left the nursing career, and that was over 22 years ago that I was an active in-house nurse. And then I started a business and handed the business off, but during COVID, anyway, long story. Anyway, but you always had that favorite person you just click with, you know? And I think there was some sort of bond, I think, but you know, you put your land and your house in a ladybird state for a family member 10 years. Yes, you have to do it several years, Captain Abby. That is absolutely true. 10 years, because they'll go back. That's absolute. That is the truth. That is the truth. If anyone has ever had to, that land is already in an LLC. Good. Thank God. That kind of gives me some relief, Captain Abby, because I'm like, oh my God, I hope the state doesn't come in and take the only thing that these folks have ever had, and that's their land, and that's a lot. You know, that's a lot to people owning their land. You know. This is heartbreaking to me.
I feel, but I've been leaving you breadcrumbs all along. I was afraid this was going to happen.
So then if you knew this was going to happen or something, then why didn't you yank the brakes? If I see a train wreck about to happen, I'm going to try to avoid that train wreck at all costs because this is people's real life, in my opinion, sir.
I'll give you this much, and then I'll give you some more later. The first time I was up here.
No, you're fine, honey. Captain Avi, you're fine.
After we recorded that interview on YouTube. Meet Patrick and Eric. Next thing I know, he is in the parking lot of the hotel at the Skyline, cussing up a storm. Come up here, MFer, you know what, I'll beat your ass, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? When I walk outside, he just throws the phone at me. He's like, here, you take care of it. Take care of what? I have no idea what I'm running into, guys. No idea. I get on this phone, and the guy starts cussing at me, and I said, you better watch yourself there, dude. You don't know who you're talking to. And like, I'm not trying to get involved in this, but tell me what's going on. That guy's on there trying to act like a saint. He owes my 73-year-old grandmother $1,200 he stole from her.
And that was in like the beginning. He knew that there was a problem. He already had a situation with a family member, an elder, and he took money from them. Whoa, hold him up, Joe.
As I look over and he's leaning over the railing, I said, this guy just said you stole from his grandmother. Is that true?
Yeah, she's always welcome. Captain Hobby knows.
Just like, oh,
she's always welcome
here,
girl.
What have I got myself into? I wanted to get in my car and take off. And I was this close, but I said, he told me the truth. As unflattering as the truth was, he told me the truth, and I really thought he loved him, and people can change. Now, that guy that he owed that money to his grandmother, I'm sure you'll probably end up watching this. It's not just that, guys. Donation money.
So this can get kind of confusing because I'm reviewing an old video of mine. So if you guys can't see the person that I'm reading their comment on the screen, it's because that person currently isn't in here and saying it at the time. They were in the chat and I was reading it in real time during the video that I'm reviewing. So this is an old video. So it does get confusing. Like I'm in the right hand corner right now, and the me on the left is from me making the original live. So I know it gets kind of confusing. So what you are hearing me say today is right now, and then whenever I play the video is what my thoughts at the time. That makes sense. It's confusing, right? There's too me.
You name it. Getting people to pay for FaceTime and Timmy. Oh my God, it goes on. Now I'm getting filters.
I think Captain Obby's doing it for her self-preservation. Because she knows me, Captain Obby been around for a long time. She knows my personality, and she knows that I don't, everyone has a right, but I think she's doing it to her own self-preservation.
Okay, what else do we get into?
All right, so here's this one.
Oh, here's this video.
They react to Ray, Timmy, and Lorraine being removed from their home. And you can tell that Betty is just extremely, extremely upset. And who you see on here, this is Patrick, okay, the other gentleman that was working with the other guy. You can put filters on Facebook Live, can you? I've never seen it. I think whenever someone sends you something, like if you have a monetized, which she has a monetized Facebook on the Whitakers, TikTok, excuse me, and YouTube. All right. And it's been said that this guy and the other one of the channels that they have made $11,000 in 1 month. So besides the GoFundMe, which let me tell you, you have to have quite a bit of views and super chats and stuff like that to make that kind of money. I'm just saying, okay? Let me tell you over here, we're not making 11 grand a month. We're barely paying for StreamYard a month. I'm just saying.
I'm saying.
All right. They made like 11,000 off of one platform. Okay, off of one. Yeah, if you send money on there, you get like you can send like a rabbit or something, I guess. So I don't know. I'm not monetized over there, honey. We are poor over here. We live in a tent and we wear, we can't tie our shoes, so we're not on their level.
Don't work with me. Yeah, I wait for a little bit of people to come in here so everybody can know what's going on.
It's so sad.
We don't have to try to say it 1,000 times.
What good? All right.
Ain't no bunch of cops down there, too. A whole bunch of them. I don't know how many was down there.
I didn't know this. Jeffrey come over to me. I guess Connie come over to tell me.
I was in the bathtub. They said,
It might be something down there, Jeffrey, but
over my property. They said, there's something else out here.
So
And before I speak on, this is me talking in real time now. This still breaks my heart. Betty's face. She looks just beside herself. You know what I mean? Yeah, I believe that too.
Really, I don't know. I would never suggest anyone calling the adult services that are in this area. I would never suggest that. But I am wondering if there is going to be emotional support, someone to help Betty, because now that the state's got involved, it doesn't matter. They're going to run its course no matter what anyone says, and it's unfortunate.
And do we know now, looking back, 7 months later, the court courted, things were done, and no emotional support, no services, and from what I gather from my information, was ever offered. Now, I could be wrong. I'm not there. I am not part of social services in West Virginia or any state. I'm just someone making content and, talking about the events. But from my knowledge, nothing, no emotional support, no therapy, nothing has been offered to Betty.
Instead of removing them from the home, was there any other things that could have been done to keep them together? Because this is, in my opinion, this is a very difficult situation. This family has been together and they survive off of each other. You know what I'm saying? Like emotionally, they depend on each other. And that's the way that they have been all their life. This is traumatic to me. This is traumatic to me. Oh, Lady K, you should do a recap for current viewers. Okay. So
okay, we're not going to do the recap. We're going to keep going.
There was an order of protection put out against her. Protection. He didn't go to court. Not this guy, the one that I just.
That's what we're getting, John. People's asking comments. Yeah.
Prayers. It was heartbreaking.
Blame it on me, Jay.
Go on. Go on. Go. Go.
Going up here, the office team.
I'm going tomorrow morning to file for guardianship of all 3 of them. So
Oh, that's
even
so
if I have
sad.
to live somewhere else.
And realistically, I think that that's
The truth.
realistically, I think that is probably true, Captain Avi. And that's sad to say. It's super sad because they've been together for so long, but they just, I, it's sad because their family's been ripped apart. Their family's been ripped apart based on trauma-based content. You know, there is a fine line between advocacy and exploitation. And in my opinion, this line has increasingly been blurred, in my opinion. It's really enabled people to storytell and spotlight certain communities, you know, take away people's dignity. In my opinion, because when is it too far? When is it not advocacy work anymore and it's exploitation for content? You know, I don't know. It's sad. They are traumatized at this point. They knew each other. Exactly. I mean, if they, not that they haven't already been traumatized throughout their life, then people, strangers come in and do it. It
Always comes out. Everybody knows that.
I got me here in a gray car. Dark gray, not a car.
Well, they need to stay down there.
right? And that means a lot to people. Let me tell you.
Yeah, Betty's
this.
exhausted.
Let me read this. It says, see, okay, yes, Betty promised her parents she would take care of them. She did the best she could. If they really wanted to help, they could have it. Instead, they ripped the family apart for their monetary gain. And that means a lot to certain people. Whenever you make a commitment to your family to take care of a loved one, you know, and you make that promise, especially on someone's dying day, you try to fulfill that. And whenever you aren't able to fulfill that, it really does something to you. I made a commitment to my dad. Whenever, and it'll be on the 13th, it'll be 2 years since he passed away. I made a commitment to my dad that I will see his cancer journey through with him to the tight knit family. And you make that promise to.
Yeah, Betty's pretty shook up. She don't care. She said she didn't care if she had to sleep on the couch, as long as she could be with her siblings again.
And BJ did not take Timmy Lorraine, the second.
Yeah, BJ didn't take Timmy and Lorraine, the state did, and Ray. And Timmy raised 40 kinds of hell whenever he left here, and I can't imagine what's going through his head right now.
And there is a video out there from my Ring camera. I'm personally not going to play it because it's sad to me. I did watch it, but I don't feel like platforming it because this is enough. This is pushing my limit, okay, on watching and listening to her now and seeing her. But the video of them actually being removed, it is out there. I am not going to platform it because it's too freaking sad, and that's that. But it is out there. It's insane now because Yinks bright it to the internet. Right. Yep. I could understand having someone that is not related directly to the family to oversee them and not for YouTube content, okay, to help direct them. Ripping the family apart and putting them into state facilities, in my opinion, you have to meet people on an emotional, spiritual level whenever you decide to care for them. And in my opinion, putting them in, they've lived in the country all their life, away from people. Putting them into a state-run facility is not meeting them emotionally and spiritually. It's just not. Now, could there other things that maybe it could have been done? I think so, in my opinion.
So do I still feel the same way as I did then, knowing what we know now? Well, allegedly, like we've heard through the grapevine, that they're not in a state facility, okay? They're not in a state facility. They live in like a home with that that is not a state facility, okay? So I have to be real careful what I say here. So anyways, do we still feel the same way? Now looking back, do we think that it was the best thing to happen with the Whitaker family to where they're getting their needs met, they're clean, they're safe, they're healthy, all of the things? How do we feel about it now looking back? Okay, I'm going to need to see your face before I pull you up here. So let me bring something here. Okay. McNemus on something. Show me your face. Going once. Going twice. Okay. If you can't show me your face, you can't come on the stage. Ask your question in the chat. Thank you. All right. So, how do we feel about it? For having me up. Well, if you show me your face, you can come up and ask your questions or to join the discussion, but I have to see your face in case you want to porn bomb me. I can turn it into YouTube. Oh. Oh, let's block this person. You know, we're on Spotify doing weird shit. Lovely trolls. I love trolls. They are so fun. Let me get rid of the idiot. I can find it now. Okay. All right. Okay. Who? Ah. No, I don't need anything from you. Let me go ahead and go to YouTube and make sure that you're gonna have to go get on your other troll account and come back and troll me underneath a different account so I can, because I'm gonna block this one real quick. So make sure you spam your comments real quick. Okay, make sure you spam real fast right now. All right, make sure you do all of the things right now because I'm going to ban you. But I'm expecting you to come back in underneath the troll account. Okay. All right, let's continue playing this.
Do I think that it is a good call to have someone that is not affiliated to them to make money off of them and give them whatever they feel like they want to give them that day? Okay. Or a percentage throughout the month. All right. I think that would be a good idea if the intentions were good.
Go, Lodi.
Never, never come back.
Lady, I don't know what to do until tomorrow. You listen, you have to wait till tomorrow. There's nothing you can do this evening. There's nothing you can do this evening. We'll go file papers in the morning. I'll go file papers in the morning. I can't file nothing tonight. Do what? Take what back down where? I don't know why they took him to the hospital. I guess to get him assessed.
Either. Hi, Kim. Good to see you.
They got any brokers in there, and they've been beat.
Said they've been beat.
Somebody's been walking out.
Evil Ghost, can you block him? For some reason, I'm not. If you can see him, you're scared. Dude, get the fuck out of here. Like, you're a freaking weirdo. Let me tell you who I'm scared of. I'm scared of God only. You freaking walking weirdo. You're scared of your own shadow. I want to take a picture of this and send it to you, Ghost. Maybe you can tell me something. Hang on, guys. He's terrified of you. He has me blocked too, and I'm the damn account person. Who else can see him? They'll block him. Get out of here. Everyone block him. And if you're restreaming me somewhere else, I will copyright strike you. Just to let you know. I absolutely will.
The work with the young, might be working out.
Okay.
And then there's nobody feed on them. Nope. But the kid knows they're not. They'll give them up our yesterday. That's what somebody had to butt in our business and tell us everything, and it's not true.
About what?
Well, good. Everybody just block him. We'll just ignore him. He's an idiot.
Oh, yeah?
So they got a bad vibe when they heard it.
Okay.
And Ray won't like it. I know Ray won't.
Yeah.
Ray be taking the bed.
Miss January, his name is Dumb and
They'll have
Dumber.
to strap right down.
No, they won't strap him down.
I'm telling you, they will have to strap him down if he gets out of hand. That's probably what they're going to have to do.
I don't know why that would be necessary for him to say. Gims thinks that Betty's lying about the abuse, or do they hit on each other? I don't know. I don't live in their home. Do I think that things have been passed down generation to generation? How things are handled, probably. But I don't know why he would want to tell Betty all of this. It's not going to help the situation, in my opinion. Like I said, in my opinion, I think that there needs to be somebody that's qualified to meet her in her where she is mentally and walk her through this. That's an advocate, okay? Not someone that's going to sit on a public platform and say, oh, yeah, they're going to drug him up and strap him down, Betty. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Okay, that's not being an advocate. Okay, I'm sorry. That's in my opinion. That's just my opinion. It's anything that would get her more amped up, more emotionally upset.
Yeah, I don't know where this is going, but I know that it's I know that it's not going in the direction that it needs to go in. I want people to know.
Here, they're saying that someone is restringing me, so what I'm going to do is do this, because they won't like this. 1 second here. We're going to have to take an intermission. Guys, hold tight real quick. Okay? Just give me 1 second. Excuse me. And then we're going to get back to the videos. I wonder when I started getting spicy, right? When did I start? When did I start going crazy? Okay, I felt like I went a little insane. Okay. We're going to get to it, right? Oh, Lord, I hate people that restream. Like, it will get your channel yanked down quicker than shit. And I hate to do it to people, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. We got haters out there. I have a whole team of people just trying to take me down because they don't like me. Well, good. Half the freaking country don't like me. And do you think I give a shit? Fuck off. Okay? Fuck off. So I'm going to find it and I'm going to strike them. I'm going to do it right now. Why I can. Give me 1 second here, guys. Thanks for being patient. with me, but you got to take care of the problem right whenever it happens, or it's too late. And I like to get people in action, because then their whole thing will be gone, and then it'll be like, oh, I can't upload for that, I can't troll for 6 days. Okay. Dude, you attached yourself to this and you fucked up. So have fun with all that, okay? Have fun with all this. Let me show you guys this. Here's the dude. There you go. One watching. This is the guy. Okay? There you go. That's who it is right there. So he's out on the prowl. He's looking for people to mess with. Okay? But let me tell you what's not going to happen. I don't give a shit. Okay? All right, let me finish this real quick, and then, because I'm going to strike him. I got to finish it, though. Back to this.
And this is because I can do it. I'm willing to give Betty my house, and I'll go live somewhere else, just so she can have her brothers and sisters back. I've been homeless before, and I'll gladly do it again. They won't hurt Ray.
They better not. They ain't no one of them.
Now, keep in mind that I think that they asked for help for this guy to get his house fixed up, because apparently his house isn't what it needs to be as well. So I don't know. I'm like, okay, buddy.
They were creative.
Timmy's in the hospital.
Yeah. I'm gonna read Kim's, because I think I think that you're just getting in here too, Kim. Betty goes with the flow. Yep, and I had mentioned that. Larry is an enabler. Several groups have tried to help that family and have spent mega dollars on them. Patrick, BJ, and BJ's boyfriend takes the cash drugs. Yeah, they absolutely they do. But like I said, you cannot throw money at generational problems, generational trauma. You can't throw money at it. What you can throw is good psychologists, people to come in 3, 4, 5 days a week and help with everyday living skills. That's where you would start, in my opinion. I'm not someone that's a qualified professional. This is just for my perception of the situation as I've watched White Underbelly. But for me, throwing cash at trauma, generational trauma, isn't a way to fix it. The way to fix it is maybe to get the proper people with the skills and that are experts in these situations to help these people, and not exploit it on for content. And that's just my opinion. You can.
Let me answer this question. It says, what happened to all the local advocates, quote, quote, Elizabeth Outlaw, doing anything to help now? I have no idea. I haven't talked to any people that you just mentioned for a while. I believe that from what I've heard is that, the 3 are in state custody, and Betty is no longer in the holler, and that was mentioned on Facebook. Okay, and she's living her best life. That's what I've heard. Um, and people can say that's true. People can whatever they want, right? So, but from my own knowledge, I haven't heard from anyone. Kim says you're telling the truth. Well, yeah, I like to say from what I heard was because people tend to twist what I say, and I don't care if they twist what I say. I have all right to review my 7 months of Patrick and Eric if I want. It was public videos. They brought the Whitakers to social media. They made a shit show out of it, and we have a right to review it. We have a right to talk about it. That's what happens whenever you come. Just like people have a right to review me, right?
Show progress. You can help their journey, but to buy new clothes, take them bowling, buy them bags of potato chips, that's nice. But what they need is professional mental health treatment, teaching everyday essential skills. Instead of buying new clothes, buy a washer and dryer, have someone teach them. Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, we do laundry, remember?
And wasn't there something about someone donated a washer and dryer and stuff? I don't know if they've ever got that. So that's a question. I have no idea. If they've ever got the washer and dryer. I have no idea. I know that there was a bathroom, there was a shed. We seen the receipt. Remember the receipt of the shed that was supposed to be attached to the house or by the house to make it an outhouse. A lot of people still have outhouses. There's nothing wrong with it, but I don't think that was ever done. There was a lot of we're gonna do, but nobody put their feet to the ground and did it. Now, keep in mind that Patrick did break his leg, so I don't think that he could move an outhouse around. Okay, I understand that. I get it. I understand. But there was a lot of people that were willing at the time to volunteer to do the work for the Whitaker family. But I think, in my opinion, it come with a price.
Oh, yeah, okay. Every day we do the dishes. We fix dinners and lunches. And you know what I'm saying? So people that I've seen thus far, they've thrown money at the problem. New house, that'll fix it. No, it won't. Until they are taught and process the generational trauma that they have experienced and how to maintain a cleanliness and everyday living skills, you can throw them $1 billion and it's not going to fix it, in my opinion. Yeah, he did. He trashed it.
I want somebody to help me out.
What?
I hope somebody help me out.
You can have my house. You can have it. If somebody's willing to fix it up, you can have it.
I don't want your house.
You can have it.
I don't want your house. I'm going to be
So don't forget to throw that in there. If someone's willing to fix it up, you can have it. All right. Well, what maybe you need to advocate for is maybe can someone in the area know of someone that works with people that are traumatized from adulthood to adult with addiction, mental disabilities, all of the things that these folks have experienced? Can we get a cry for that?
I am. You won't have nowhere to go.
But from my point of view, people reach out to them, they get back with them, they make a YouTube channel, it gets 200,000 or 300,000 views, and now the ball's rolling. Okay, they actually, in my opinion, from my observation, they forget that these are real human. They're not characters in a book. These are real people with real emotions, with real trauma throughout their life, generation after generation, and the money starts rolling in. Let's take them shopping. No, instead of teaching them how to watch their clothes, we're just going to buy new ones.
Thank
Now,
you,
we don't do that in our
Stacey.
regular life. Okay, when we experience trauma, we seek therapy, we seek help. All right, that I've not one time seen them have someone come. Now, I'm not saying remove them from their house and send them in a therapy session. They could make something happen. The therapy could come to them in a little box.
Right, I remember that, right? So, they initially said somebody donated $5K for the shed. Later changed to someone paid the first installment. Yeah, and I seen the receipts. I had the receipts in an email. That was probably a message, and I sent it to myself in an email. From Patrick himself. See, I have no reason that I need to protect anyone anymore because they did not try to stand up and do what's right for me. So let me tell you, around here, you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. Isn't that right? Well, listen here, Sugar Plum. You didn't scratch my back, and I'm not fucking scratching yours. So should I lay out the receipts? This isn't a threat. This is a question. This is a question. Should I start laying out receipts? Because some people have no problem saying, go get her. Go make up a lie about her. And say that she is someone off of Facebook that made a comment underneath Susan Says So post. Go get her. Go make up a story. Huh. I wonder if I should be a dirty motherfucker or not. Time will tell, won't it?
House, you know, every week we have therapy, whatever. Things could have, there's enough property there to make a little temporary shack thing to have therapy in. Okay? You could hire someone if that was that important to you to get them on the right track. That's why I view it as someone isn't doing exactly good things for this family. It's a lot of content.
He's saying your condo's trashed.
Huh?
He's saying your condo's trashed.
Right.
Absolutely, Shavy, if someone fixes it. Sure. And he says basically nothing here. I don't know what he's doing. It was 14 minutes and 46 seconds of just, yeah, they're going to strap him down. I'm like, what the? And with this type of explanation and coming out and saying it, that tells me their skill set dealing with people that have been traumatized, dealing with people that have mental disabilities, allegedly. Okay, you're not meeting them at any level here, folks. You, sir, or your little buddy pal Eric.
I think
Yep,
that's
this
a
is
good
just something I'd like
question.
to
From
figure out,
my
so-
opinion, from my own opinion, this was, for my opinion, this is a little sympathy for him, a little, for me, I don't know if I would have put them right on here. This is very fresh. This just happened. I don't think that, maybe he could have made a statement on, just a written out statement at this time. We're not going to be doing content, blah, 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 whatever, right? But for me, there was, in my opinion, I cannot base this on any text message, facts, anything. From my perspective, from my opinion, freedom of speech, there's laws for that, I think there was some different alternative motives here, in my opinion. Okay, I've held back a lot, trying to respect people, their thoughts, their opinions, their placement in this, and I'm not doing that anymore, because people that I were holding their secrets to my chest, still to this day, knowing that Norma is not me, have not encouraged the person that started the fuckery. Susan says so. Still, I don't give a fuck if you scrubbed your Facebook channel or not. You didn't your YouTube, and that's where I sit, is on YouTube. Okay? So, this is Lady K says so. Crazy, isn't it? A little crazy, isn't it? This is Lady K says so. You got me in the right mood today, bitches.
I know this is a short video, but we're gonna have to figure out something. So this will be all for this evening.
All right, bye. And that's
Yes,
basically where
she
you left it
did.
off at. There are a lot of people that are sharing this information out. I'm not going to show. So this is coming from a mental health professional. We'll listen to what she has to say. I haven't listened to it. It just kind of came up, so we'll listen to it together and get our thoughts here. But I do believe that it's going to be out of Patrick and Eric's hands now. Now that the state's involved, I'm wondering though, how are the social service in that area? Would you think that would have already stepped in? Kim, yeah, we're hearing from people that are in the area that they're not really that good. But they took 3 of the family members, removed them from the home, and left Betty. So it made me think like. Was it the house that is not meeting standards, or what is it that wasn't, which isn't really our business, right? But if it was okay for Betty to stay there, right? So that's kind of confusing. He made sure to get Betty's emotional state on camera and use it. Absolutely. That's why I'm like, you're not qualified to, I don't know. People play doctors, people play advocates, people play psychologists. Okay. And it's like, you're not qualified. You're doing more harm than good. And that scares me. Okay. It scares me. He wanted to get her worked up, in my opinion, to show real reaction, right? So we're going to the Whitaker family latest.
Boy, I guess my thought on it from 7 months to current didn't change much, right? Because I'm saying the same thing now. It's very interesting to go back and listen to the videos and my perspective and watch how it changed. That's why I'm doing this, okay? For my own review. I'm reviewing myself, my thoughts, my own point of view at the time, and has it changed? Has the viewers' points changed? And I'll drop, and the link to the StreamYard is pinned. Anyone could come up Okay, you just got to show your face to me, not on the stage for the public to see, just to me behind the stage in the green room to make sure you're not going to porn bomb me. And then you can get up here and speak your mind. The viewers asked for this the other night, and I'm providing this to them. And that's all, okay? This was asked for me to do. So clip this, bitches, okay? It was asked for me to do this, to do a review. They said it's time to review. Okay, let's review.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. Where did it go? Okay, I want to share this. So we'll see what we think of this. Make sure they don't show a lot of. Oh, okay.
Timmy, being, in my opinion, like isolated from the rest of the family and taken to Airbnbs with basically two strange men. And when I first started watching their channel and seeing that happen, and I mentioned it in my first video when I discussed them, just like having a little, a little bit of concern, like why were they isolating Timmy? Timmy is very close with his mom, Lorraine, why couldn't Lorraine go with them? And I think I said that in the video. And then taking him away from the family for such long periods of like a week. I just thought it odd. I really did. It didn't sit well with me. Timmy, he's 46 years old, but his mindset is like of a 10-year-old, an 11-year-old. And so I'm gonna show you some of the clips that I found to be concerning. And then Eric, on the live that I showed you the video, that live is from his Facebook. He tells us that Patrick, within the last 30 days or something, had a SA charge. What? A SA charge? SA charge against who? A child, a man, a adolescent? Like, what are the details of that? And then that Timmy was left alone with him. Like it just didn't sit right with me then, and it don't sit right with me now. And now more and more things are being revealed about this situation. And as a result, if you watch my other video, Lorraine and Timmy and Ray have been removed from the home. They've been removed as a snowball effect of all of these things, allegations, and BJ on drugs. It just is it's a mess. It really is.
It was a mess. It is a mess.
I just hope we don't find out that something inappropriate happened to Timmy. And then how will we even know? Because Timmy is really not.
I didn't get that kind of vibe. So, I don't know. I thought she was going to talk about something else. The Patrick criminal record. Let's skip through here. So I don't.
Whatever the state can do to make sure everybody is safe.
That's very kind, Wise Angel.
That's it. And YouTubers, stay the hell off of that mountain. Stay off that mountain. Let the professional people who are trained in helping and assisting families like that.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%. So let's see where this video gets to here. Oh, yeah. Remember this, guys? Oh, do you think this is inappropriate or innocent? Let me tell you, a lot of my chatters were like, listen. Chicky, thank you for the cash out, by the way. Listen, a lot of the viewers at this time in this video that I, my live, they were coming unhinged. And I'm sure I talk about it. Let's go.
Boy.
Let me move myself here.
Quit picking on me.
Damn it.
So allegedly, this Patrick has some pretty serious charges against him.
Let's go back.
Oh, wow. Then he's over here.
Lay down there and watch TV. Quit picking on me.
So do you guys think that this is innocent or inappropriate? What do you guys think? Let's see who is. Hey, girl. Go ahead and turn it off. If you can. Do you want to keep your camera on or you want to keep your camera off, honey? There you go. Add to stay. There we go. How are you?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm okay. I just have tons and tons of opinions about the whole situation from a kind of educated point of view.
Okay. We love education. We love to be educated. Bring it, bring it, bring it.
Well, the reason I worked for over 20 years with adults with intellectual developmental disabilities, and also continued working with the population as a family-centered treatment therapist. A lot of the families I worked with were in, kind of similar situations. And if I were Eric and Patrick, I would have gone in and done things so differently. To the point that, I actually had an email that I was going to send to Eric to say, I want to help and this is how. And basically, over time, I kept watching the videos. And when the whole thing with the Amish started, that's when I was like, okay, this is, happening a little too fast. And, because they weren't addressing any of the issues, the intergenerational trauma and BJ's substance abuse issues, they were just trying to get rid of her
Yeah.
instead.
Yeah, and that's what it was. I think that Mark had offered, and maybe it was a standing offer. I don't know to be a fact, okay? But I just remember that Mark had offered BJ, rehab and stuff like that, and she never took it. And
Right. She
that's
has to want
unfortunate.
to. Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she
has
has to
to
want
want to
to.
do it. Yeah. But I would have, my thing would have been slow down. You're doing all this too fast. But when the thing with the Amish, when they started talking about bringing in the Amish, and I realized that there were connections between Robert Mast and his son who builds the log homes, it was like, okay, I'm not going to get involved in this.
Right. Yeah. And we
You
did a
know?
whole deep dive on that, man. We did a whole
Yeah.
deep dive and followed the trail. They even
Yep.
and found out that from our perspective on our own research. Now, I'm not saying this is true to be with this Amish group, okay? But Amish people do have their own banking system, and I didn't know
Yeah.
that before. Now, I don't know if this sector of Amish do utilize it or not. I don't know. Okay, like I don't know.
Yeah.
But there is an Amish system baking out there, and I did not know that. I had no idea. But is it
Me either.
FDIC approved? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it part of the
Mhm.
Federal Reserve? I have no idea.
Right. And I think that's important. But my whole thing was, as soon as I saw those connections, it was like, I don't think they're in it for the right reason anymore.
Right. Yeah. So the people are like, isn't it just a pillow fight? You depending on see, I don't know, Patrick. I didn't find it because I have all brothers. So my brothers used to do crazy shit to each other. Okay. They used to pillow fight. They used to run around and do things to each other. So in my opinion, this piece of footage here, even though he's in like boxers or whatnot, didn't alarm me. Some people it did offend
Mhm.
that he was laying in the bed with Tim, he's laying in the bed. Timmy and him are having a pillow fight. For me, I didn't find it like a shock and awe moment for me, just because I grew up with brothers and they used to do all kinds of crazy shit. Okay.
Mhm.
So for me, and I was just answering that question in the chat. So, to me, but some people did find it like very shock and awe with this. But
Mhm.
for me, I can't say that it did. The only thing that I seen on video that really shook me was the water in the face, and he was walking
Yep.
backwards. That one there, I didn't find appropriate because it was uncomfortable for Timmy. Now, spraying down with the water hose regular, yeah, well, we used to do that all the time in the country, okay?
Yeah.
But we didn't spray each other in the face so much that you're walking back and it looked like he took his breath away. That there I didn't find it was nice. It looked bad on camera. It was a very bad situation. Looked bad on camera. I'm just gonna tell you. It may have been just a friendly situation, but it didn't look like that. And perspective is huge on social media.
Yes. That's
You
true.
know? You know? So I wonder what else was in here. You can sit up here if you want. That's fine. I don't know if you had something else to say or
Well, I mean, I was just going to talk about how I would have handled the whole situation. My
Yeah.
advice would have been to Eric specifically, since he seemed to be the one. He was talking about, making an LLC,
Yes.
and that, in my opinion, is not the way to go. I think they should have did a 501c3
Right. Yeah.
instead, because then all the money and how it's being used, can be seen publicly.
Right. Yeah. And that would have been good too. But,
Yes.
I had the contract. I was sent the contract months ago. I never put it
Okay.
out because I was asked not to put out the contract.
Right.
Now, there was a different guy on Facebook that put out the contract. So now I can talk about it because I didn't release the contract. It's been released by somebody else. I can
Right.
prove that I've had the contract because I have it. I sent, I have it in a message here. I can prove it. I don't need to prove anything. I'm to a point. I'm not proving shit to nobody. Here it is. Here's the contract, right? So I can pull up the contract if we want to look at it. All right, but it is underneath Eric Carroll's, in my opinion, from my understanding, how I'm interpreting the email and who it's sent from is from Eric Carroll's LLC. So my question still remains the same. Was he putting this underneath his own LLC?
Right.
Okay, but we have to remember the charges that Patrick is being charged with currently, and everyone is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, not a court of public opinion, but the court of law. He's been charged. He has not been convicted yet. Okay. But reading through that contract, it was underneath LLC, Dad's Talk LLC. All right. So the charges are before Eric Carroll came into the picture. Okay. I don't think they've even got to the point of charging anyone since Eric came in. I mean, that's just my perspective. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know.
No.
Nobody has put any information out about
What
it.
do I think about Timmy shooting a pew? I think that's good old boy type of stuff. Like, we were taught how to shoot weapons in my household because we lived on a farm, but we also knew the rules of guns. Okay, we knew rules. So hillbilly, I don't really have a hard line no with that. So because that was just something that was regular with my dad. Like, we were never allowed to go to the gun cabinet and take them out unless my father was with me, and they were under lock. So yeah, for me, not a real big situation for me. But I think it also comes down to that, where you grew up and all that, and what you find appropriate and not appropriate. So yeah, tick hunters. Yeah, a lot of people are very gun friendly. She got her very first weapon at 5. Yeah, so I mean, it's just my perspective. I didn't find that alarming at all. I didn't. I find it more alarming handing Lorraine bags of potato chips every day, to be honest with you. Okay, I mean, that from my perspective, handing freaking potato chips every day. I think it was inappropriate because his mental maturity isn't high enough to shoot guns. Okay, I have a 17-year-old on the spectrum and he's high functioning, but we aren't gonna. Okay, I can see that, Bonnie. I can understand that. I can see your perspective on that. I can. People say they were happy Patrick did everyday things with Timmy, then they criticize everything. I do appreciate the things that he did everyday things with him. But not everything's for camera either, in my opinion. You shouldn't be getting paid for every movement you make with someone that you truly care about, in my opinion. Now, that's just my opinion. Everything I say today is based on opinion, not facts. Do your own research, make your own conclusions. So,
it's my opinion too.
yeah, and I'm not responsible for the commenters that our panel guests. I'm not responsible for the words that come out of their mouth. Okay, they are grown people. Take it up with them. Oh, let's see what else is on this doggone video. Oh, this is one of the and this
allegedly, this Patrick has some pretty serious charges against him.
And to come to find out, it was an ex-girl. And at the time, I didn't know. And I said, oh, pretty serious charges. Okay, well, come to find out, they were with an ex-girlfriend and some picture swapping going on or whatever. Okay, and he has been charged, convicted, and got sentenced to what they're going to get sentenced to. So it wasn't like young people. It wasn't, pedophile type stuff. PDF file.
Oh, wow. Then he's over here.
What do you think about them panties? Get your pair of panties.
Yeah, disturbing. Look like all shades of wrong, right?
I don't know if I find it disturbing now because I got to learn more about his personality. I think that, and I got to know more Patrick's personality. I've talked to Patrick on the phone several occasions. His personality, he's a teaser. He's a joke teller. He's someone that is, from my perspective and my own personal interaction with Patrick, he likes to josh around. He likes to get your goat. He likes to tell you a nasty joke. That's his personality. He'll tell you a dirty joke in a drop of a dime. Okay, so I think this is his personality, So let's see what I have to say. It's so interesting to go back and listen to myself.
Yeah, I'm not gonna continue on playing it. To me, when it starts to feel cringy to me, got it back out. When it starts feeling gross to me, I gotta back out. I hope the best for this family. Oh my gosh, it is absolutely terrible that YouTubers have come and pretty much destroyed their life. If they wanted to give him help, they could have hired people to come in and help them that are licensed professionals to help them, and they just didn't.
Right.
They just didn't.
And I have a different perspective now. My perspective about it now is different because I know Patrick's character. And I know a little bit more about Timmy. So for me, now looking back, I have to recant what I said here because I just get it now. That he will tell you a dirty joke. He just likes it. That's his personality.
It's a sad situation. So I guess we'll have to stay tuned. This dude is horrible. Actor and liar, right? Yeah, once it starts feeling bad, I'm like, I cannot continue on watching Timmy in there in Victoria's Secrets. The guy is encouraging him in the different, I don't know that. I mean, you can have fun, but for me,
look at me on my soapbox.
For me, I would be investing the resources that I would obtain from donations to get help that the family would need on to start from. You have to build a solid foundation before you can go and do other things for this family, in my opinion. And that could take years. It could take.
Okay, let's see what else I bring.
Money.
Did I bring anything
all right,
else
has there ever been a financial advisor
Pretty
involved
much
with the
no.
Whitakers?
So that's the same stuff. So now we're going to stop sharing and let's see what the next video was. Let's see what the next video was. Lord G. Whitaker family latest. And this is about Eric. This is a long video. We'll have to skip through this. Wow. Wow. Now, you guys this is all private, so I'm having to go through a different way to view these because these are all still privated. So let's go ahead and see. Okay, let me pull it up on StreamYard and see what date it was. This was 7 months ago. Let's see, does this tell me a date? September 10th. So this is September 10th, 2025. All right. 2,874 views. Okay.
I don't hear anything anymore.
Okay, let me see if I need to bring it here. At the stage. There we go. Now we should be able to hear it.
That means show proof. Okay, like proof, not a handwritten bullshit. We say analytics, monetization, revenue, profits on every single channel you use the Whitaker's name on. Yeah, we want to see it. We surely do. Yes, we do. And I don't know why all of a sudden you think you don't have to. Uh, this is what YouTube is, my friend. And you said that you're an experienced podcaster.
Oh, I'm talking about Eric.
Well, let me tell you. Apparently, you don't know that other podcasters, other people that get up here and state their opinion, knows about the analytics and knows about the monetization, knows about stars on your personal page, on the Whitaker Facebook page, all the Facebook pages, all of it. We got a lot to talk about today. But let me show you this. I was in the chat last night on the Whitaker family page on YouTube, and I had some questions for him, right? So they blocked me, and I never go into someone's chat acting a fool. I was asking the questions that everybody wanted to know. They blocked me. Now you can see here.
Let's see if I can
that
see
I'm in a
what my
different color
question is.
because they
Oh, yeah, they
timed
blocked
me
me.
out. They didn't block me. They timed me out. Let me recant that. They timed me out. And this one here, and I know from the back end of YouTube, when you time somebody out, you still have the capability of seeing exactly what they say. So I just kept typing my little fingers off, honey, because I know how the back end of YouTube and StreamYard works. Surely do, because that's what I use. Okay, so I'm not new to this MFer. Okay, so you can shut me down, you can try to shut me up, but I know that you've seen what I was typing. Because that's how it works on YouTube and StreamYard, okay? So anyway, it says the least you make is $3K per video. And I'm not talking about just the super chats. I'm talking about AdSense. I asked them who receives the monetary money off the Whitaker page and off all of the social media platforms that you utilize for monetary gain, who receives simply the AdSense off of each.
And what I wanted to know, whose bank account does it go in? Whose bank account? Okay, because that was a question. Like they're like, well, we don't receive any money. The Whitaker, they were backstepping like a mug. I'm sure I'm going to review the video, right? But my question was, who receives? You have to put a form of payment. You have to put a form of payment to receive your payment from YouTube. I don't know about Facebook. I'm sure maybe they pay it through, I don't know, Chime. I don't fucking know. Okay, I have no idea. Maybe maybe they have their own banking system on Facebook. Hell, I don't know. So I was wanting to know exactly who bank information were they using. I don't need to know the debit card number or the checking account number. I want to know whose name is it in. Every YouTube channel has to be in a name. Was it in the Whitaker name? Because I was going to say, what I was wanting to say was, then give them the rights to their YouTube channel. If it's called the Whitaker family, then they have all right to have access to that information, right?
Video. I asked it several times because they weren't answering questions in the chat. I know that they seen them because they blocked me. Okay, they blocked me. And that's all I was asking. I don't ever go into someone's stream and start trying to, that's their channel, their shit, right? But they invited people over to ask questions. They're going to answer all the questions.
Hey,
he circled around so many times, I got dizzy. I was dizzy because he just kept circling around, and then showed us some handwritten bullshit, okay, on a damn piece of paper. That ain't a receipt, fool. Analytics, you can print this shit off. You do know that, right? Mr. Eric, and Mr. Sidekick over there. I don't know the other guy's name. All right. But yeah, they damn shut me down because I was simply asking simple questions. But apparently they don't like that. All right. So he went over, he said he wasn't going to talk about any of it anymore. No, they blocked you. Let me tell you. They didn't block me. They timed me out for a long time. Like for a long time. Yes, they did tell everyone to ask anything. They did, JB. So I thought, and I was very kind. I wanted to know about the money. I wanted to know about who is the AdSense holder. Okay, so whenever you have a YouTube channel, you fill out the monetization. Then you have to link a debit card, a way of YouTube paying you for your super chats and your AdSense. Okay, now I seen that these two men, Eric and the other guy, that just worked a 10-hour day and he was complaining about it. Then get your ass off of YouTube, fool. Ain't nobody asking. Shut up and sit down somewhere. All right. Welcome to YouTube review channel. That would be me. All right. And I'm coming in hot. Okay. So whenever you have a YouTube channel, you have to have a source of receiving a payment. Who is that account holder? That's simply all I was asking. Is it Patrick? Is it Eric? Is it Mr. Man sitting next to Eric last night? Who is receiving that monetary gain? And what are you considering gifts? What are you considering? What you give the Whitakers? Are you considering the gifts, monetary gifts, as the super chats and the AdSense? Is that what you consider a gift, or only gifts that you receive through Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, whatever other links that you have to people to utilize to send you monetary money. Okay. So that was my question. And he kept ignoring it.
Yeah, because they said that they get all the gifts, but what was considered a gift? And I think that if you're going to tell the community that they get all the gifts, that they have a right to know what the gifts are. I mean, is that a good question or a bad question? What do you think, little miss? Oh, she got a delay. Okay, I'll drop you down. She got the damn delay. Sorry. But yeah, I thought it was a good question. I wanted to know what was considered a gift. And I still want to know what was considered a gift. Okay?
So then what did he do? They shut me down. I'm like, no. But I know that they can still see it. Okay. But they never answered the question. They answered no questions. They weren't reading the chat. And they know how to, if you don't know how to slow a chat down, then you're not a podcaster. Okay. I'm just going to tell you that. Okay. Yeah. Eric, the knight in shining armor. And that's what he was making it sound like. There's so much that we got to talk about because he kept saying, I was leaving you breadcrumbs. I was leaving you breadcrumbs. Dude, that makes no sense to me. If you knew that there was potentially an issue monetarily with the man that you gave permission to oversee this monetary gain for the Whitakers, why didn't you stop that shit immediately? You, sir, are the one that put, allegedly, is what's being said, allegedly, put all of the social media together to utilize for the Whitakers to receive monetary gain. You, sir, have the ability to shut off the monetary gain any day of the week, any time. If you knew that there could be potentially a problem, you should have handled it. And another thing, sir.
And if you guys remember, that monetization stayed on for a very long time. And then here's the receipts, right? When these are the receipts.
And keep in mind, folks, keep in mind that they get a third of it. They're split 3 ways. Why? Why?
Let's see if I can.
Why is it split 3 ways?
No.
Things aren't adding up here, sir. Things aren't adding up. And that's just off of one. That's just off of one. Now, he also let Patrick have Facebook pages that you could call Timmy. Time with Timmy. And allegedly, I heard through the grapevine, it was $29 to FaceTime with Timmy. Talk about exploitation at its finest. And he knew this was happening. He said he shut the Timmy time down, though. But the page still existed. They have page, if you go through Facebook and you see them on there talking and they're chatting with people, they have at least 3. The Eric Carroll, the Whitaker, and then this other Patrick. That's 3 on there. They have 4 at least that I know of, because I didn't go to TikTok. Maybe on TikTok too. I don't do TikTok. 4 that I've come across that they are monetized channels.
They monetized in my opinion, they monetized every social media outlet they could. Okay. The Timmy time. Yeah, the Timmy time. And I hear that there's a big fucking mess with that too. Okay. Like, I don't know it to be a fact. What I heard through the grapevine. Okay. It's not a fact. It's a rumor. Rumor has it. So, interesting.
What are the Whitakers? What pages are the Whitakers making money off of? Okay. And he said that he answered questions. And this is the receipt that he gave. Some chicken scratch. He just said, here y'all go. Here y'all go. Just stop. I can't take it no more. My life's been turned upside down because I was out here trying to do God's work. And my life's been turned upside down in 2 months. Yes, JB, that's what it was. $29.99 to talk time with Timmy. Go over to Facebook and check it out. Go over to Facebook right now and go over to Patrick's page over there, and it'll say in blue underneath the about section, and it'll say Timmy time. And I'm like, Lord. Oh, board me? Okay. All right. Didn't know there was a meeting today. Guess I'm not going. I didn't know. Bring me the notes back, Hubba. $7,479.93. That will be what I need to reimbursement. And also I will have the Whitaker part of their money to hold on to, which will leave you with a total of $5,954.52. That is your pay for the month. That's a pretty good payday. Well, for the guy that's living in the house with a shitty damn house there, he said that, that Patrick guy, he's living high on the hog, honey. Okay. That's not a bad payday, bro. That's what you will get to keep. Once I get the money from you, I'm going to get the trust website and everything set up. I told you, I'm going to pay Sean some money, but I'm going to take that out of my cut. So he's making as much as old boy here, so he's the equal amount of money over here, Okay. Even, even, I don't know, has to worry about that coming out of their trunk. That's going to be all on me. I just feel glad to do it. It's going to be 500. So the guy sitting next to him, apparently, he's going to make him a little bit of cash too. Okay, I was sitting next to him last night. So last night, and this is my proof, you have been placed in timeout by the owner of this video or a moderator. So people need to pray. And I said, and I just put laugh out loud because I seen that I was placed on the thing. So yeah. So they're all making some pretty big bank here. And this is from Patrick. Can I borrow some money on the Whitaker account until our next payday so I can buy these windows? And this goes in to say something like, bro, they need that money. We got to get the trust account and all that set up. They need the other 2,500 over. They only got 1,000 out of their 3,000 from last month. Think about this, folks. This is the trail that he knew about. They only got 1,000 out of their 3,000 last month. Why? Because these motherfuckers are spending their money. Wow. And
just like they were getting loan. Someone was getting a loan out of the Whitaker money. They weren't giving the Whitaker the third of their money. And why? Why was it said they weren't giving the Whitaker the third of their money? Because they were going to put it in a trust to build their own house. But then, I mean, let's just really sit back and think about what the words that they're coming out of these people's mouth. Okay. They're making money to spend it any way they want. But the Whitakers are going to have to do what they say to even get a dime, because they may give it to BJ. They may give it. Now, would you let someone that 2 months come in and tell you how to spend your money after they filmed you and your family? Now, do you guys think that there was a set schedule? Like, we're going to come over on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 2 to 6, and we're going to film. Or do you think they just randomly showed up to start filming? I think, in my opinion, they just randomly showed up. They didn't say, hey, we're going to film on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 2 to 6. And they just show up with the camera and stick it in their face. Okay, how disrespectful is that? Just because they could. Using the Whitaker money as their personal bank. Yep. Hey, Cuddle Monster. Looking at this now, and as we watch this unfold now, is a trip, isn't it?
he knew about it. God worker over here knew about it. And he's not shutting it down. He's not shutting it down immediately. Okay, I know you're saying you bought some stuff with it, but this is the thing. That stresses me out with us. Patrick is the money. I had to pay for the website. We're going to have to pay for the security guard. Unfortunately, they don't have any money right now. You got paid $6,000 this month and $3,000 last month. Where is the $9,000 going to? I just got to ask you, that's a lot of money, dude. My money is going in these trips. I'm about to finance this trip out of all of that. And we have to pay the security guard, get the protective orders, the trust account, and their banking accounts.
Remember the security guard? The security guard. The security guard.
Need to be touching their money at any point in time. Somebody send someone to say, hey, where's their money, and show us you're protecting it and you don't have it and you're spending it, you're going to be screwed. And that's where we're at today, folks. Okay, no one set up a trust fund. They have their accounts set up now, don't they? Because they're getting their money, but the people that they're making content off of.
I mean, am I telling the lie or the truth there? Now they have their account set up so they can go cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-chingity-dingity-ding, cha-ching, cha-ching, right? But the Whitakers don't have their account set up. Now, who thinks that's a fair business deal? Because this is a business, right? There's a contract. That means it's a business deal.
Have not have their own account set up. To me, you are not doing it for the benefit of the Whitakers, because your accounts are set up and you're getting paid on a regular basis. They got $1,000. Y'all got your 6 and 5 and 3. They got 1,000 and they have no account set up. So anybody that knows how to math or write a fucking check says something isn't mathing here. Something doesn't smell right in Whitaker Field, okay?
And I'm still just going to say it. I still stand on this. Right? Right? Still bullshit.
This isn't right, folks. Mm-mm. So last night, they say, you know, all about the money. I'm not going to do this anymore. I don't want anything. This right here, this pink is, I believe, a $50 super chat.
We're not going to do this anymore. We're not going to collect. We're not doing, but make sure you still send the cash out. Oh, we got to play this real quick. We got us a good one. Where'd that little sucker go? Did I delete it? Oh, no, I didn't.
Is that I only own one platform. I have Facebook, my own Facebook. That's it. I don't have no other platform. Nor is that I only.
Oh, wow.
The whole time that they were doing this, talking about money, their monetization was 100% on, receiving Cash App super chats, and that's why I'm showing you this. They have it, and you have an option to turn it off, okay? You have an option to turn it off.
They didn't turn it off.
And they chose not to. They simply chose not to. And it's a shame. It's an absolute shame. In the same conditions, though, Eric. Okay, like real talk, man. Like they would, you have got to start a solid foundation. All right, and they need to know how. You got to meet them emotionally, spiritually. Talk. What happened? What does he know that happened about Mark? Is that what you're speaking of, or are you going to twist it into something else?
Pictures done transparently, and how can
Writing chicken scratches on a paper doesn't mean transparency. Opening up your analytics, your monetization on every platform that you utilize and show where the money is and show what you have gave the Whitakers, you and Patrick, that's transparency.
make sure nothing like this ever happens again to him?
I knew going into this, dude, after the stuff was marked, that people thought anybody involved would be. And I knew right away, if I get involved in this, I'm going to be under that same microscope.
Right.
Then why didn't you have the correct? You carry yourself like a smart man. Why did you not have the proper steps before you hit that monetization button? We know why, right? Because we're content creators, right? We know why.
That numerous times because of what they did with the money from Mark. And it's just one big freaking mess, dude. I was going to be accountable and transparent regardless. But after some of the events I'll discuss with you tonight, you'll realize I really was, like I said, planning on just being over it. I talked to Patrick's daughter earlier, who was wanting to, and I'm going to tell you, does she have some grievances? Sounds a few, more than a few. But that's his personal life, man. And I'm not going there. I'm going to keep this about the Whitakers and what our involvement was. And if she sees this, I'll gladly talk to you. If I can help you in any way, if you need a listening ear, I'll be there. And I definitely feel your pain. And I believe you have a right to feel the way you do. Trust me, I get it. I get it. And I've heard this from a lot of people. But I want to keep it focused on this because right now, the family has been divided. And that was the exact opposite of what we were trying to do here, dude. Right. I mean, it's really hit me tonight. It sucks. But yeah, dude, locals, I don't know how they're finding me. It's crazy. It's crazy the support in this area. Any other detraction?
Let me see what this says. Oh. Yeah, he always says out of pocket. Dude is a moron. Poor Betty. The whole family tore up and suffering. I saw that Betty had to go to the hospital last.
Yeah, he must have turned over the money. I have to agree with that. And he's working with an attorney, or he would be. I don't know, because like I said, the charges that Mr. Rorick is facing is before Mr. Carroll stepped in. So.
Last night. Yeah, I know that someone had said that she was missing, but I can't confirm that. It was said on this live. And then I went over to the Facebook page on that Eric guy, the gentleman on the left, and it was said that she was found. So I don't know if she had I can't verify that information. I'm not a local. I don't know anyone that is communicating with anyone. I'm just getting the information that's on social media. They put me in they put me in a timeout too. I don't know if you're behind, Taylor, or not, but I seen you in there. I tried to tag you, but I was on my phone. I was like, girl, they timed me completely out. Yes, girl. Last night, So hopefully, if Betty did get taken, she's probably very, very upset. Let me tell you, there are so many layers of.
Even now, we'll probably even have somebody on
Absolutely, they have trauma. They have every true crime people watching the Whitakers. They just do. So they're going to get reviewed. They are going to get analyzed. They are going to have conversations about what happened because they brought it to YouTube. A lot of different sectors watch the Whitakers because of Mark. Period. Period. All right. So they're going to get reviewed, like it or not. So I wanted to show you guys this too, real quick before we get started. If you want to find out what people make on YouTube, you can go.
Oh, that's Playboard.
The cycle runs to the 21st because they're out here doing God's work. Come on, man.
proud to know that I was able to sound the alarm on abuse. Because Timmy doesn't deserve that. Ray doesn't deserve that. And I have a feeling Lorraine was trying to tell me something. And those three can't tell you what's going on. And they just don't deserve this. I'm going to go through some other stuff, though, because the money is now like the thing that's going on. I'll tell you from the very get-go, you know, I told everybody I called Adult Protection Services on the second day that we couldn't get a protective order because we felt like we had nothing else. Never hid that. I said, I called Adult Protective Services. Me and Timmy went and met. I told Betty that. I told Patrick that. What I might not know is Adult Protective Services had been called out to Patrick a month prior to that. And I was told, he said, get the fuck out of my yard. I will sue you and get my attorney. Get out. And they said they was legit wanting to come up and shake his hand and say thank you for helping the family. But that's what ended up happening. And then he called and told me about it. And he was like, all right, we don't have to worry about them. He's like, I told him to get out of my yard. I was like, Patrick, you don't tell Adult Protection Services. I mean, I'll be honest with you, dude. I'm going to admit, up until that moment, I had never heard of Adult Protection Services. We always talked about Child Protective Services.
Right.
I didn't even know. I mean, I guess it makes sense. But yeah, but I guess there have been many reports that had been made, and they have to follow up on it. And they, you know, they said once they get more than one report, hey, this has been going on, they have to go check up on it, dude. And I'm glad they do. I'm glad they do. But when I met with them,
Here's
I said,
the problem that I have with
Patrick,
Eric.
this last month.
The problem that I have with Eric is if he kept saying, I left breadcrumbs everywhere for you guys from the beginning. You shouldn't have done that. If you were a man that is out here trying to help a family and you seen red flags and you knew it was happening, then why did you not stop it? All right. Why did you not stop it?
And I still have that question. If he's seen red flags and he thought something was terrible wrong and Adult Protective Services needed to be called, then why did he wait to make a payday before he called? That's my question.
Until the BJ thing came about, then you decided to blow a gasket and stop it. It wasn't about the guy potentially scamming money from the Whitakers. It wasn't about that because you were getting your cut, wasn't you? The Whitakers weren't getting their cut. You were getting yours, and Patrick was getting his. The Whitakers didn't get all their cut, now did they? It just said, I just showed you the damn text. They only got $1,000 of their $3,000 out of their payout. But you got yours, and Eric and Patrick got theirs, but the Whitakers didn't get theirs. So it didn't really affect you financially, now did it? Did it? So you didn't decide to say anything about the red flags, huh, Eric? Okay.
Gave me the Whitakers money because the money went into Patrick's account that was coming in thus far. Patrick gave me their money. I'm holding on to it. I've been trying to put it in a trust. The attorney is Robert Dunlap, Beckley, West Virginia. He will vouch for me. I was trying to get it done the day that Betty no-showed the Adult Protective Services. We was going after her so I could get that money out of my account. I never wanted to hold.
So from my perspective now, looking back at it, I wish that he wouldn't have taken the trip to see the Amish and go and put the money in a trust if that was what he was going to do, you know? But I'm not them.
Hold on to that money.
Right.
That all started after money started missing.
Right.
And I confronted time after time after time again. That $5,000 that I had, I guess there's some podcasts reaching out to me that want interviews, guys. If people desperate for a story and be relevant. I'm not about to sit there and make this the days of our lives. I'm sorry.
Right.
That was the Whitakers' money. There was supposed to be $74.80 that they were owed. I had it all on a pen and paper.
You mean pull that up?
You can, and I will explain this.
All right.
And now I can't read it.
Okay. Well, it says I need you to send me $74.79.93. That will be what I need for reimbursement, and also I have the Whitakers part of their money to hold on to, which will leave you with a total of $5,954.52.
Which would have been what he was to keep, almost $6,000 after everybody was reimbursed from, like, dude,
I don't
taking
know
the
what
Whitakers out,
that is.
and everything that was going on cost a lot of money.
Right.
I did it on a very tight budget. You'll hear a different story here in a minute. But I did it on a very tight budget. And then I had to pay for programs. You created the website. We had to buy it. Everything.
Buy the software, yeah.
LLC. I was trying to get them to trust. Like there was expenses that go into it. And then again, the trips, the Airbnbs. People think content creators are making way more money than they actually make. And there are some that do. Don't get it wrong. But if you think that we're just like becoming overnight millionaires with it.
But you showed us what was made. That's the problem that I had. You know, you showed us what was made, right? They showed us what was made. They showed us what was made. And then there was a question about, if you guys remember, there was a question about who called who? Who called who? right? Who called it? Did Eric reach out to Patrick or did Patrick reach out to Eric? And now, hopefully, that's still not a question, right? We know that Eric reached out to Patrick. Yeah. They were choosing what to do with the money. Now, if I'm in a business deal with somebody, see, the whole business deal's jacked up, in my opinion. They didn't have any say. The Whitaker family needed like a business manager. They needed someone to oversee their YouTube life, their social media stuff. And they didn't have one. Not someone that was getting paid directly from the websites, but someone that was getting paid to oversee their social media. And that was never thought about. That was never put into place. And that's unfortunate. Because I think that if that would have happened, we would be sitting in a different situation right now.
Going to be able to retire.
So what we're seeing here, you didn't really make, or that's a lie? Like the AdSense and what I just showed from my, and this is just going to be one. Let's go back to it here. Content monetization, 11,040. This is just off of Facebook here, because there's the stars, you know. $11,000. That's not any money. That's in a month, and that's in 30 days, just off of Facebook. That's not any. There's people that work regular jobs out here in that area. Do they make $11,000 a month? That's not, that's not a lot of money. Oh, I mean, okay. I mean, let me know, honey.
Yeah, I mean, maybe $11,000 isn't a lot a month in West Virginia. I don't know, right? We don't know.
I got monthly bills, and I can't stop working, guys. Now I work around the clock. Dwayne can witness to that. What I do, and if you think it's easy, come try it. It's moments like these that suck when you got all this time invested into a platform, and then you see it going away, and you're like, gotta start over again. But in this case, I'm ready to start over again because I can't be a part of that no more, dude. I don't. In the beginning, what it sounded like, if we can go in there, 100% of the donation money was to go to the Whitaker family. The donation money, guys, it's in the contract. I've got the contract handing over to people that need it.
The donation money, I still don't know what that is.
So that he never specified what donations mean. Donations meaning super chat on all platforms and stars and super chats, whatever. Was that a gift? Because they're considered gifts over here. Okay. Or was that just the monetary gifts through Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, any of that? So I need to understand that he never specified. I don't know. But the AdSense money is theirs for the keeping. I'm telling you, I don't know. And how did they decipher it? Did they have someone looking at the analytics? If they know how to get to the analytics, then they can just bring that up on this stream then, right? The guy sitting here on StreamYard on YouTube, bring it up, show it. Show us the money.
I've opened up my Venmo.
You just said in the beginning of this stream, you knew coming into this, you were going to have to be transparent. So far, all I've seen, in my opinion, from my observation, is some shit written down on a paper. When there's analytics that can be shown.
Showed him, and listen, I want to say something. I did that. It wasn't asked for. I said, here.
Subpoenaed. Yeah, you were subpoenaed.
No. It wouldn't even ever been brought up. Right. I'm like, please let me show you. 100% of the donation money is supposed to go to the Whitakers. The monetization off of running social media and stuff was supposed to be split between the three of us. That would reimburse what goes on here and everything. Right. Betty, Larry, it's all on video. Make sure you understand what.
Okay, so here's what let me go back so we can hear it.
Let's slow it down.
He's supposed to go to the Whitakers. The monetization off of running social media and stuff was supposed to be split between the three of us. That would reimburse what goes on here.
Let me slow it down. Off of whose social media?
And the donation money is supposed to go to the Whitakers. The monetization off of running social media and stuff was supposed to be split between the three of us.
Did he say Ronnie? Am I not hearing it right?
The monetization off of running social media and stuff
was
supposed to be split between the three of us. That would reimburse what goes on here.
So do you guys think that is fair that the Whitakers are considered a whole and they have their own money, like Patrick and Eric, and the Whitakers are seen as a one, not individual people that are on camera? To me, that in my opinion, if I got myself involved in something like that, I would say each individual is separate. They need their own percentage. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that's fair in my opinion.
Everything. We
Right.
sat down, Betty, Larry, it's all on video, made sure you understand what this means. They was happy. They was going to be doing good. They had a new house.
But that's the thing. Whenever you get with someone that has already been taken by, well, they feel that they were taken or, misused by someone else. I don't know the facts. I'm not accusing Mark of anything, okay? I'm not accusing these people of anything. I'm saying the math isn't mathing thus far, okay? I'm not accusing anyone of stealing nothing. I don't know. I'm not there. But what they're saying thus far isn't adding up to me from my observation. So I'm just confused on why they just can't go onto each platform and show where the money where it's made and how. Let's listen.
About to be built, and then, but it takes time to do what we're doing. It was never driven by the money, guys. I love doing what I'm doing, but at the same time.
Well, another aspect of this was that people were stealing content from other people and putting it on their own page and earning that money. The Whitakers never saw a dime of that stolen, taken.
This is what you do whenever YouTube. Let me inform you, sir. YouTube was built on a reviewing of things on YouTube. You do know that, right? Just like what I'm doing right now. I'm reviewing your shit. That's what happens. I'm reviewing you. Talk about the Whitakers. Absolutely, I am. That's how the system works. That's how this works. Okay?
Wow. He was like,
until this, the Whitakers.
And that's not stolen. It's fair use.
The guy's like, baby.
Not stealing content.
And was not getting a part of their monetization. Unless, you know what? I want to put this out there just in case. I don't know the deal that the Whitakers had with Mark Laida.
Oh, yeah.
I know about the GoFundMe money. And
I'm talking about Bob's Facebook page.
There were some discrepancies in the stories that I've been told about his involvement. So I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Me and him had one phone conversation leading up to this because I wanted to give him respect to reaching out to him. I was very worried about when Patrick first started this because I was like, hey, that's Mark's project, right. And you don't just come in and pick up somebody like that. But I did talk to him, and he was respectful, and he was distraught. And I'm not going to go too into idiot.
Yeah, who cares?
Where he's at.
I went through a board and that hurt.
Yeah.
And my older age, I don't recover as easy. But yeah, so outside, I can't speak to what their arrangement was with Mark, but there is thousands of creators out there that has reposted their content, hey, the inbreds and stuff like that, and they wasn't making that money, and they wasn't being put in the best of light. It was wrong things. We came in and was like, I could do this. This is money that wouldn't be made unless there's work put behind it.
And I wonder if he looks back at anything now. Do you guys think that Mr. Carroll looks back now? Because he doesn't really talk about it, and I understand why. Because there could be potentially something coming down the pipe. We don't know. I have no idea. But I wonder what his thoughts are now looking back. And where he had mistakes and things could have been different and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know any, I don't speak to Eric Carroll or anyone that speaks to Eric Carroll, but I would like to know what his thoughts are on it now. Because we all have different perspectives as we get information and as time goes by. When you're in the heat of a moment of something, we don't always make the right decisions. Sometimes our anger or our frustration leads us to a decision and not always the best. You know what I mean? Sometimes it takes a time. You got to step back, and all the things. So I hope that someday he can tell us that himself for sure. Absolutely. I do hope that he does. And I'm open to listen and really sit and think about it before you just make a knee-jerk reaction and then use, and talk about it. Like, listen to it a couple of times. Sometimes we have to listen to things a couple of times to get the full understanding of what the person's trying to say. We gave an opportunity for Patrick to come out here and speak. Okay, that's his business. But Eric is probably told not to, and I understand that, but maybe someday he will be able to come out and speak, because I'd love to hear his perspective now, looking back on things,
You're being put, like, my goal from the very beginning was, one, the house, but I wanted to make sure that if something happened to
it's not open yet,
that the family would have someone there to take care of them so they didn't get what just happened.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that.
And that would cost a lot of money, guys. Yes, let them stay at their house, and we needed to get a jump.
But from what I've been told, because apparently the research hasn't been done on your side, in my observation, that the house is already in some kind of an agreement. Okay. So that's already been taken care of, Mr. Eric. Second of all, instead of going bowling and out to eat and shopping for things, then maybe that time should have been doing what on the legal aspect, and also meeting them on their emotional needs, because you cannot throw money in a new house at generational trauma. It's not going to work. And I am not qualified to be a therapist. I'm just talking about just basic life skills. You have to teach basic life skills and help them with emotional trauma, generational trauma, before you move them into some other living condition, because the same thing is going to happen over and over again until they're taught a different way. Okay. Instead of buying them a whole bunch of new clothes, why don't you buy them a washer and dryer so they can learn how to wash their clothes, fold their clothes, put their clothes in a drawer, instead of going out and buying new stuff. I get it that you want to, it's fun and it's exciting for them, but you're not teaching them basic daily living skills, in my observation, from my point of view. Okay. But it doesn't make good content. I think we would still watch. I think people would still watch the Whitakers learn how to use a washer and dryer. I think we would watch.
I would have absolutely watched. I absolutely would have watched all of that stuff. Wouldn't you? I would have definitely watched. Okay, how to do a chat, all of the things I would have definitely supported and watched. Absolutely.
Watch them fold their clothes. I think we would. And I think that would have been a positive. It would have been a positive thing. Maybe I'm wrong. An equal creepy show. Eric tells single dads how to fight the moms to get the kids in their custody. He's an aggressive when he talks about women. Ooh. Spencer, I do know that. I've been trying not to bring my anger of that in. Yeah, I went over and found his too. I didn't listen to any of his things because I was just wanting to go over what was said last night. But
I don't know, Hillbilly. That's a good question.
Yeah, yes, we would have watched it. We would have watched them. We would have the Whitakers go to therapy. We don't need to know what goes on in those therapy sessions, but it would have been, how did you like it? Did you talk? I mean, all of those things. That is progress. That is changing someone's life. Offering them things that will absolutely change their life. You can throw shit on a wall and call it art, but at the end of the day, it's still shit.
Start on that, because let's be honest, we never know when we're going to pass away. And I wanted them to have that there. And if it was in a trust account, if something happened to Betty or Larry, the trustees over that account, or I guess that's the word you use. I never made one before. I was learning this as I went along, but they would be able to oversee that money and make sure that it was taken care of. And it never got to that
That's
point.
what you were saying from the very beginning of this entire process. I lead us up a trust, a way to make sure that, one, the Whitakers don't have direct access to the money because of what's happened in the past and maybe a little even more recent, and it can be managed. They're not able to handle that money.
Well, and to go further with that, let me be frank. I don't want to get their private too much out there, but yes, they got money every month. I'm sure groceries, stuff, there was assistance they were getting. I would imagine that assistance with 5 people, they don't ever go anywhere. They shouldn't be asking me for groceries. They shouldn't be asking me for stuff and things like that. I was glad to go out there and get it for them if there's a need. Let's fulfill it.
That isn't, let me tell you this right now. That isn't an 100% accurate statement. Okay? I'm just going to leave it there. And I'm going to say it about the food stamp thing, about the food. I guess it's food stamps or a card or something they get. That isn't a true statement. And Eric, you know that. And I'm going to leave it there.
Wait, hey, that money is going to take care of your siblings if something happens. Let me know what you need. But there, yeah, I would say the handling of the money was poor at best.
Right. And you want to change that. That was the purpose.
Yeah, if trust was there.
So can I ask if you got a hold of a financial advisor as soon as you turned on the monetization on all platforms? Did you contact a financial advisor to say, hey, this is what we're doing and we need some help. This is the potential that it has. Will you be willing to oversee this, and how much would it cost? And bring that to the community that have been supporting you. So there's a lot of victims involved here. There are people that contributed to helping the Whitakers financially. They're the Whitakers. So there's a lot of victims in this. And sir, I'm sorry, but you keep acting like you've been a victim, and you're just simply not. You knew what you were signing up for. You said it in the beginning of this. I knew what I was signing up for. Okay. So did you get a hold of a financial advisor? No? Oh, okay.
Every penny would have been accounted for. Not just Whitakers, but with me and Patrick.
Right.
I wanted it out of our hands. It was supposed to go, their money would go to a trust, ours would go to an accountant, and we was to get a paycheck.
Right.
We cut it from the business. And then everything's honest. And then you got receipts and everything. Because again, my stack of receipts from this trip is like this freaking big, guys.
Well, this is a new guy. This is a new guy. This is a new crew. Oh,
yeah, so this was the first time they were actually not only going to.
I gotta add it back up because I kicked myself out. So hang on just a second. I kicked myself out. Yes, this is a new set of people, Eric and Patrick. Patrick is a local person that was.
He's sitting in his own urine. Right. He looked like he's been doing that for days. It's not, and then he just went and laid on the couch. Nobody saying anything. There was
It's normal.
like I said earlier, Betty and Larry's not sitting in their own fecal matter. They know that's not supposed to happen. So, I don't know.
So again, your plan to kind of catch some of the people up here was, it was kind of emergency that you came up here almost 3 weeks ago, and you're accelerating the plan to get them that log cabin with the Amish. You had arranged that through other things that you've worked with, all your connections.
The original plan was Patrick reached out to me and told me that he had that video of Larry stealing gas. Oh man, I don't know. We might need to start this from the beginning, Dwayne, because if we do, we're going to be going forward back.
Yeah, maybe
real quick. But
yeah.
I mean, I am repeating myself a lot of times, not because I want to, but I'm trying to give you the full scenario. But I'll go ahead and run through that scenario. Patrick had caught Larry stealing the gas. Patrick's leg was broken, and he was wanting to put Larry in jail. And he told him either BJ goes to jail, you go to jail, or you're getting BJ out. And he was kind of giving him an ultimatum: either you go tell, because Larry was saying it was because of BJ, and I didn't know up until that point. And then Patrick let me know that Larry had already went to jail for stealing gas. I didn't know any of this, dude. I was very defensive of Larry up until that point.
Right.
Go back and watch the videos. When anybody would bring up Larry, I was very defensive of him, egg on my face now. But I would like to see the good in people. Right. I want to. I wanted BJ to get hope. But that was what was going to happen. But then I started hearing about the abuse, and they needed a protective order. And the evictions were first. They asked me to get an eviction notice made up, and I did. And they served her with it. Okay, mm-hmm. But we still got 30 days. And it didn't go over well. And that's when you saw the video of her speeding by with Timmy standing outside. Yeah. And I told my wife, I was like, babe, I feel like I need to be up there. I feel like something's about to go down. Mm-hmm. And being so far away, there's only so much you can do when you're 10 hours away.
Right.
So I loaded up. I was gone that next morning. And then when I got here, took Larry. Larry didn't really want that protective order. I mean, that was the thing between him and Patrick I took him to do. But he was also there on behalf of Betty, because Betty had told me about the abuse and stuff while we was.
So he's very upset that the protective order did not go through. Let me tell you, see, you're working with someone that has been traumatized by BJ and her addictive ways. She's been an addict for many of years. Okay. So when you get someone, and see, you're not there all the time, she's going to have potentially run into her, or her show up, or deal with Larry. All right. Whenever no one's around. That's intimidation to her. She's 70 years old. People always are after Betty. Betty's had a hard fucking life, but she did make a promise to her dead family that she would take care of her family, and that's been ripped from her now. Why? Because someone wanted BJ, who she's intimidated from. Somebody with the skill set should have came in and helped her navigate through the order of protection, not some guy driving 10 hours away saying, this is what you're gonna goddamn do, okay, or else. No, that's not the way. That's not the way you work with someone that has emotional disabilities. It's just not. See, this is where the problem starts, right here. Someone with the lack of skill sets trying to get what they want done, and they do not have the ability to do it because they don't know what is happening with her mentally. If they would have had a psychologist or been working with someone for the last couple months, she may have been able to work with that psychologist, and they could have explained, this is what's going to happen. If she comes, call 911. You're going to be safe. Encourage her to protect herself and her family from someone that has continued through the years to abuse them. Come on, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out, dude. Oh, Lord, I need my blood pressure pills. Hey, Nanya, good to see you, honey. We're over here with these. I'm having a stroke.
Wow.
This
is crazy.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, it's internet. Pick which one you want.
It's the internet, dude. I mean, right before all this happened, we had that, Rampage Jackson's son, where he almost killed somebody.
Yeah.
This is so crazy. He used their money to go everywhere. He said it was about them. Yeah. This is insanity. Like, all this is still crazy, and it's not been settled. From my information, no family member that was on the contract has received a dime. Okay. I speak to someone about twice a month, not anybody affiliated to the state of West Virginia, someone that is in the area. Betty hasn't received anything to my knowledge, to that person's knowledge. She doesn't live with the family, I'll tell you that. Okay. Yeah. But I'm going to tell you this. I bet you the state of West Virginia is going to want every red dime that is owed to the three that are in protective custody or adult protective services, I bet you they're going to want every red dime of that money that is owed to them to pay for the services that are being provided. That's just my opinion. I don't know, but I'm assuming, right? See what else I got on here. Oh, that's when Eric and them got together. See what this is. Same video. Let's see.
As here's Patrick Rourke featuring the Wickers. You know, I'm here to play the banjo type thing. And then, but he just went and did it, and that's when he broke his leg. But the part of that infuriated me was the day before was Ray's orthopedic visit. We waited over a month for that visit. Talked about it numerous times on these videos. I'm in Georgia. If I was here, Ray would have been at that orthopedic visit. That first visit took me coming from Georgia to here to make it happen. When I got here, all I needed Patrick to do was set up that appointment for Ray, the first one. And he told me he was going to do it. When I got here, this is at the time the air conditioner and all the other stuff was going on. I said, did you ever get that visit set up? And he said, man, it's West Virginia. It's not like Georgia. You don't just get a visit set up. I'm like, well, okay, but did you call? No,
Yeah,
I hadn't called yet, but I'll get to it. When are you going to get to it? He's like, chill, man. This is what I was here for. Let's get Ray to the knee doctor. You're not listening to me. You're not going to get him to a doctor. Well, I called doctors in Medicare and Beckley.
And I'm going to tell you, they didn't have to pay for it, because I'm going to tell you right now, if they have SSI or Social Security.
So, question, everyone. Eric talks about breadcrumbs. Don't you think we, as the viewing audience, have been fed breadcrumbs about this entire situation from all the different parties, and we were just following our own opinions, forming our, that's what we're doing. I'm just, the breadcrumbs, I'm forming my own opinion off the breadcrumbs. I mean, from what he's saying publicly. You know, and everyone has a right to their opinion. You know, I'm not saying anybody's opinion is wrong. Okay. So it says 8 cites the single felony count for fraudulent use of an access device against Patrick Rourke is specifically related to the unauthorized use of financial accounts to collect and redirect donations. That's what Wise Angel says. Very interesting.
Security, disability, or anything underneath the government umbrella, they have medical too. Hey, hubby, do you mind coming and talk? My husband.
What do we got here? Florida.
Went to do his blood pressure and his pulse. It was a little touch and go, but he quickly warmed up to it.
Right.
And was ready. And they gave him a Loxicam and
He
Volt.
just brings a bag of potato chips and a Coca-Cola Classic and calls it a day. Here you go. Here you go. And nothing for Ray. Okay. He brings it to Lorraine. Like, have you? Oh, I mean, do you guys not see where I'm going with this? Not qualified. Okay. Did not.
Yeah.
You know, contact any specialist to come in and say, hey, this is what we got going on. We don't want to split the family up. What?
And you know, that's true. Like, I'm sure that they're gonna have to pay the taxes and all of that, but that's still, that it is what it is. They are still entitled to receive monetary gain off of the public videos that were made about their family, and then they need to work out whoever the Whitakers owe. That's on them. Right. But at the end of the day, the contract says that they need to be paid a certain amount of money, a percentage. And then the Whitaker family needs to pay whatever is owed to them. If it affects their disability and their financial assistance that they receive from the state, that's something that the Whitaker family has to deal with. It shouldn't be up to these two guys to say yay or nay. They're in a contract. They were in a contract with these people.
Can we do to make this home better condition? Where, like, that's a big project. I mean, of that home, but you need people that can analyze the situation, that are experts in this area, and it could have turned out in a different way if they got someone that really had good intentions off camera and maybe got private people to help navigate this with donations or whatever, because it does cost money to redo homes and shit. I get it, but not just put them out there for the public. It could potentially be done, all right, with the correct resources. But hopefully the state doesn't just put them in nursing homes and stuff like that. Hopefully the state can do what these past YouTubers could not do.
In jail, and they told us Voltaren is now.
I know
over-
that's putting a lot of faith in the government. I get it. I mean, you know, hey, treading lightly here.
Counter. You're going to have to buy it. Well, I didn't have it to buy on that trip because I had already spent money on the air conditioner. You remember, I'm left with like $100 at this point. So I asked Patrick. I said, they said he's got another prescription.
Yeah,
to do Voltaren
absolutely.
gel. I'll get it, dude. Ray didn't get that Voltaren gel until I came up on the next visit. Ask Betty.
Right, he bought dip
I
chips.
don't know
They
if you'll
paid for it.
say
Wasn't like
anything
a
in my
gift.
favor now, but I had to go buy the Voltaren gel. He went almost a
Right,
month
and,
without it, but he did get
and
his
I
naloxone.
agree with that.
The next day after
Someone that didn't have money signs in their eyes, they could coordinate to get things rolling in action. Absolutely, and I truly believe that. All right, it would
bed with Timmy, and I know you had to explain a number of times.
Very interesting. Let's see what our next video is about, and we'll continue down our series here, right? Eric has 2 Facebook, himself and Dad's, plus YouTube and the others that was up collecting on the family video views. Right? Yeah, they did utilize their own platform, in my opinion. Just past the ability for SSI, SDI be able to save for housing and not include the savings in the 2K cap before clients lose insurance. I wonder if they can do that now for them. That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's very interesting. Very interesting. So let's see what the next video is. Go back here. I got to keep track of where I'm at because this is the 3rd video. Okay. Our family. This one will be the next one. Oh, this one, Patrick Ward Speaks. This is going to be an interesting one. Oh boy. Let me bring this up real quick. This is going to be an interesting one for us to review. Okay, add the stage. Okay, so the next one, you're doing a great job. Hey, this is like going down memory lane. This is from 7 months ago. Let's see when this date was. This was 7 months ago, September the 10th. Oh, it was the same day, so we must have spoke on September the 10th. This is a private video. You can't find it on my channel, so you'll have to wait for me to review it. 6,141 views, September the 10th. And this is whenever Patrick Rourke speaks for the very first time. This will be an interesting video to go back and rewatch. So I don't know, should we do this every Saturday at 1 o'clock? Go back down memory lane here and see how we're feeling. And I'll always drop the link for everybody. If you guys want to come up and show your, share your perspective on things. Or if you have other information that I don't have, because I'm not the beginning and ending of Whitaker content, let me tell you. And we'll also see it as it gets spicy, right? We have a lot to review here. And I think that it's time. People were wanting us to review it, how it went down, how I started it. And September the 7th, me getting off an airplane from watching it on YouTube on the airplane is when I decided to watch it. So sounds good to me too. So yeah, why don't we meet back here next Saturday at 1 o'clock is a good time for me. We'll have a lunch. It's a covered dish. Bring a covered dish with you. And we'll continue, and then don't let me forget that we're going over the one that's Patrick Rourke Speaks. Okay, so I'm like, which one were we on? Crap, I don't remember. Right? So I can remember which one it was. So we can make sure we watch the right one. Okay. I'm going to keep that one up. However, rumor has it they had money coming in from minor associations or such. May be exempt too. I don't know how that plays out. Yeah, runaway truth. I don't know if there's any truth to that. Not from my knowledge. Now, let me tell you, I don't know all the ins and outs, let me tell you. And I have no idea. But it's so different how our opinions change, right? It's so freaking weird how our opinions change from the information we have now, and we get to learn who Patrick was, who we don't really know who Eric is, because he hasn't really told us much about himself, or he hasn't really spoke about anything, and that's his perspective, that's his prerogative. But I think that we're going to go back and we're going to start reviewing these things. And it's not to dig up the Whitaker content. It is basically, let's see where our minds are now. And allegedly, apparently, there's going to be another court date for someone, Mr. Rourke, unless he takes a plea deal. And I don't know where that is. It hasn't been on any court dockets or anything. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty soon here, I would assume. Maybe next month. And Susan says so. I'm expecting you said, well, Lady K didn't ask me for an apology video. I'm asking you now. Make an apology video, because you now know that Norma and I are two different people. That's been proven to you without a reason of a doubt here. Okay? And you knew it anyway. You knew it anyway. You did. You did. So we're expecting a video. We're requesting the video. We're requiring the video. Okay? Thank you. And I want to thank everybody for being here. And see you probably sometime this week. But if not, yes, she does. Definitely. Because let me tell you, you ain't off the hook, Missy. Not with me. Because you caused the drama, in my opinion. In my opinion. Okay? So anyways, I'll see you guys for sure back here next Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, East Coast. And take care of yourself today. Go out and touch some grass, baby. Okay, and have a good meal tomorrow. All right, until next time, take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Peace.